everybody, and welcome to Dire Roll Endfrost. That is a dog. I'm Jakin. I'm joined by everybody.
Are you sure you're not a dog?
Yes. I feel like I had something to say, but I don't. So, let's go. We missed last week, but we're back. In fact, I forgot to change the title of this. So it says we will return the 11th. I just realized I've missed the title. Obviously, it's the 11th now. So, update. Oh, I left returns. Good. Good.
Fired.
So this, as you guys can see, this is really professional. All right. So last session, we mourned the loss of Ingvar, which was just 2 out of the 3 players dunking on him for 4 hours, which was interesting.
I love you.
And you guys poisoned some ogres. We were trying to get them to help you, but this ogre was not as friendly as the last, and he was planning on betraying you, but luckily Kulu poisoned them, and they all took a nap. And then you went back into the cave. You fought the Kruthic Hive Lord. Oh, we also met our first guest, Edda Kernson, who is a loyal Huskarl, sworn to Fenrir. And then after you defeated the Kruthic, you crossed a crystal bridge that tried to shoot lightning at you, and most of you got lightninged. And then you entered a large, winding, interlinked cavern filled with these large, pulsating crystals, surrounded by these strange elemental demon things, which we all know if you're... Because I'm playing with almost entirely dungeon masters, we all know those were mephits. But we fought them, and it was brutal and horrible. And when Edda was finally able to go help, he got locked in place for 2 rounds. And everyone got beat to a fine pace. But we were victorious. Job done. You weren't beat to a fine pace?
Define fine paced.
2 out of 23 hit points.
Kind of like...
Right, but I didn't go down.
That's fair. All right.
I was my pace was like pie crust, or it's big.
Okay. Oh, yeah. I'll.
Like pea-sized chunks of butter.
I would be okay with a coarse paste, not necessarily a fine
Coarse
paste.
Yeah. Like before kneading.
Exactly.
You were converted into a humanoid pile of goo.
But we stood back up.
Yeah.
That's what's important.
Kind of like in Stranger Things season 3 when
Spoilers.
Oh, sorry.
No, I'm fine.
You're
You're
not
good.
watching.
You're good. I'm just.
You know, when the people just turned into human goo. Yeah, that.
Loved that.
No.
That's basically what happens every week on Endfrost.
Oh, combat's coming up. Well, the PCs are about to get royally screwed over by crits. That's gonna happen.
It's okay. I've adapted today's session to wait, the party sucks mentality. So it's like, oh, this is the CR they should be. 1 CR less. Got it.
It's you have to account for the fact that while we are powerful, we're also all very stupid. And we refuse to play characters that are capable in any way, shape, or form.
Right. Oh, one thing I should point out for the audience, I've moved my microphone, so it might sound a little different, and you can also see it here in the corner instead of in my front of my face, so that I can actually read the books in front of me. And I got a new headset, so my volume settings for them, the rest of the players, is different. So if they're too loud, please let me know. I don't know how I'll fix it live, because of my audio setup right now is very, very weird. So if I sound different, it's because the mic's here, and if they are too loud, I'll try to fix it. So just let me know if they're too loud.
It's too loud.
I am always too loud. I've heard that my entire life, yeah. But it's okay.
No, it is.
Oh, Vegas is too loud? That's because he's opened his mouth and words came out of it, and that's just too much.
Yeah, exactly. You have to turn it
I'm
down.
sitting here quietly nodding along, polite. Wow, okay.
Well,
All
we had
right.
an opportunity to dunk on you. Oh, and Fisto is having problems. Stop that. Fisto's having problems with his camera, so he will be going cameraless, which is all right. But he is here.
I'm kind of glad now because apparently we're playing Space Jam with how much dunking there is.
Right? Like,
But there's no cool music.
Cool.
Yeah, well, there's this neat
It's
thing
old
called
school,
copyright
it is cool.
laws. All right, so we're not going to discuss new guy's new character because we're going to introduce it to this session.
It's a spoiler.
It's a spoiler. I mean, everyone can see his name because that's on the placard. But other than that, you get to know nothing. And then we're going to go ahead and pick up right there in the cavern with you guys fine pasted.
coarse pasted.
Pasted in general.
Fair.
A degree of pasting.
Varying levels of paste density and viscosity, but we're all paste nonetheless.
Correct.
Gross. Anyway,
Is that the last of them?
it's the last I saw.
Okay, so he's gonna look at them. What are those? He's gonna point to one of the demon things that have just attacked us, or the remains of them because they've been exploding.
Yeah, they've been exploding. I don't know. I have not been here before.
They were blinding me and cutting me, and I think some of them were freezing. This is not bugs. I was promised bugs, and these are not bugs.
They are how you say dead, so don't matter.
It just occurred to me that I'm at 0 hit points, so I can't be sassy. But...
Oh,
She blinks in Morse code her sass.
hold on. We'll fix that.
They can all sense it from my corpse.
From your paste?
Here you go, witch.
My paste gestures sassy.
Jesus, I can't roll above a 1 for healing word.
Right, it's welcome to Endfrost. We're all back.
All right. So have 3 hit points back. You have 50% more hit points than me. I'm not even going to try to bullshit. I have no idea what those were.
Oh, do we think there's going to be more of them?
Da. But we cannot turn back now. Because I am tired and I need a nap. And if we go back, that means we have to walk more, and then I have to do more walking before a nap. We need to get your father's sword, and then we do the walking and the napping.
Would you be willing to do a half nap?
I could be convinced. Half nap.
Briefly?
No, it would be a is a short nap. Not quite long, but a short nap.
Yeah, like the kind that cats would have.
I hate cats.
How do you hate cats?
They're it's like walking personification of narcissism.
Brief nap.
Fenrir is gonna move over to Rayleth and kind of clasp him on the shoulder and say, "You know, my friend, I've been hearing that you've been a spy for so long, and I've been denying it. And today, for the first time, I think maybe he is. I know you're not, but hating cats, that's pretty spy-like."
I'm not even going to question logic of that. This, I don't.
That's okay. I didn't want to have to argue with both of you.
Hey, Iso.
Yeah, so short, not quite like a cat, but a short nap would be okay by me.
Yes.
Okay, so do we just want to just do it here, or do we want to find? Do we want to backtrack and find a safe place? I'm kind of feeling a little lightheaded and. Whew.
I would like
Akulu just rolls over.
I would like to point out that there is not a single chamber of this entire. I don't even know what this is. Is it a fort or is it a cave? This entire installation that I would consider safe. So here as good as any.
I mean, and we got these pretty crystals to look at, so I guess that's nice.
Ah. Go to sleep now.
Hold on. Fenrir is going to walk over and just kind of like touch this rainbow-colored crystal.
Okay. It starts. Your hand starts to feel warm of increasing temperature, just like all the other crystals.
Immediately take it away.
Okay.
And be like, "Oh yeah, that's what they do. Oh, beautiful but deadly, like cats." And I'm gonna curl up around it or near it, just hair around it.
I mean, okay. Before I rest, I would like to kind of just poke my head around some of these corners and make sure that nothing's going to come sneaking in on us.
Okay.
And I would like to do that quietly and without being seen.
Oh, they really nerfed house cats from D&D Next.
How I hate you.
It takes 4 turns to kill a commoner now.
Oh,
We used to
okay.
be able to do it in 1.
What was it? 3rd edition, the house cat from the DM's guide could kill a first level wizard like 70% of all the fights they had. That's
a
wizard for you. Yeah.
Well,
all right.
Well, to be fair, wizards could die from falling down the curb.
It's also true. Stealth roll?
Me.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead. And let's go ahead and get the audience on the map.
Oh, that might be good.
No, you don't get to decide that.
I didn't try to decide it. Wow. We are feisty tonight.
Like a cat.
Point of order. Johnny Vegas is very much a cat person. Love cats.
He said, lying.
Okay, well, you think what you want to think. I'm going to check up here.
Spy would say.
Yep, that's exactly what a spy would say. I'm going to check up here with that roll of 13.
Okay. So that green crystal formation is glowing. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Doesn't appear to be much else here. Although that's an opening. I'm going to go over here and see. That's still an opening. Okay, that's just stuff. So we're going to go now check over here.
That tan crystal formation is glowing.
Okay.
I thought we were taking cat naps.
You go ahead and take a cat nap. I'm gonna be. Oh,
Well, that was set in character.
so was mine.
It's like,
Aelith, your accent, where did it go?
I have no idea what you mean.
There it is.
So this,
Mm-hmm.
I can kind of see that. What is that?
It appears to be a cobblestone room
Yeah, with
with a
a
crystal formation in it.
With a crystal formation. Is that glowing?
Sort of. It's like it got a faint glow at its core that kind of pulsates.
Okay, well that seems frightening, and I don't want to be near it.
That
Oh.
blue crystal formation is glowing.
It is glowing. Okay, well I'm gonna come. Oh, can I cross into? Is that an
Yeah,
archway?
it's an archway.
Okay. We'll come back in here. Fenrir and Aakulu are resting, I assume.
And Edda, yeah.
Edda doesn't get to rest.
it is
Wow.
ever watchful.
I'm gonna just kind of briefly run down what I saw, and then I'm also going to.
Song of Rest.
I can't Song of Rest yet. I don't think. I used that on our last short rest. I don't think I,
I don't
get
think
it back.
it has charges.
Oh, does it? Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
no.
Yeah, I'll Song of Rest then.
It's just everybody gets 1d6 if you spend a hit die. So it is prerequisite on someone spending a hit die. That's the
Okay.
prize. Yeah.
Well, then I will use my. We'll use a
Is
hit die.
that second level? Is that why PR can't do it?
Nice. I believe so. And then I'm also going to.
Got the D6 for just once.
Oh, gross. Okay.
Yes, the d6 is just once.
Yeah.
If it was per
Um,
hit die, bards in every party.
Right. Well, that was my last hit die, so. Okay. I'm good to go when everyone else is good to go.
I just want to see if I have to spend another hit dice. This is gonna be tight, like a toiga.
Like Tiger.
I don't get it.
Austin Powers Gold member.
That explains why I don't get it.
Austin Powers, gold member.
Yeah. Pancake and a cigarette. A bunt and a blunt.
Yeah, I'll have to spend another one. No, yay! I'm so glad I did.
Laughs in roll 20. And chat, he didn't get lost yet.
Yeah.
The night is
Yeah.
still young.
Yeah. Yeah, thanks, guys.
I'll get lost if I damn well want to.
Yeah. And when I do, I will say that I went spelunking.
All right. Just for fun.
That sounds like it's not going to be fun.
Oh, it's gonna be
Not for
fun for
us.
me.
Distinction.
Now Edda is out of hit dice. Okay. You guys are rested up. And Caddy looks warm.
I'm not.
Oof.
Remind me if you would, back in here, the purple crystal was glowing also, yes?
No, the purple crystal
No.
was not glowing.
Okay,
It was a dull.
right. But the blue, the green,
Pretty
and
much
I'm
every
gonna
other
say
crystal.
yellow. Yeah.
Yellow, tan, yeah.
Meh.
Yellowish brown.
Beige.
Don't you beige me.
Khaki.
Oh, get out.
Sandstone. That's an actual stone though, so it's not as fun.
Um,
Goldenrod.
they're all glowing except the purple one. There was also the room down in the corner with the pulsing crystal. We may want to check out. Huh?
Do we want to die?
We still need to get the sword.
Here, the sword. Yes. Was the sword in the room with the pulsing crystal?
I did not go check because it had a pulsing crystal and I did not want to be there alone.
You can. Ever been around small children when they're like, "Let me look at a thing," and then they grab it with their hands, and it's like, "Wow, that's not what you use to look." It's a look into the room.
Also, Raelith, you're never alone. Ingvar is watching over all of us.
Ah, that is both inaccurate and sickening, but I appreciate it.
And even if he could, with the amount of love he got, he's probably taking a vacation right now.
Normally when a character dies, we have a memorial. Nah, not with Ingvar. Ingvar dies, and everyone's like, all right, well, that happened.
Well, I'm sure Fenrir has a little bit of a heartstring being tugged right there, but I'm not sure about Akulu or Raelith.
The witch and the spy.
Now we just need a wardrobe.
I like to point out that I am dragonborn, not large cat.
We can't get away from cats.
Cat. No one can get away from cats.
No one can get away from cats.
So is this where the glowing crystals were? Also, Jacob, do these crystals actually block the cave entrance or tunnel?
Those, no, they make an arch.
Okay. Are they glowing?
They are projecting light, but they do not appear like glowing. If that makes sense.
Projecting light is what glowing is.
Right, but they're glowing, but they're not like creating this kind of like, diffusing light.
Okay.
There's no feathering effect.
No, it's further in. You have to go past the blue one.
Yep. Just kind of shaking things up. Okay, and then he's going to step through this arch, expecting something terrible to happen.
Fenrir, duck!
Where?
It was almost funny.
So there's no ducks?
No, no ducks.
Oh.
Only cats.
And as he's walking forward, he hears Renner. He's like, "We're in a cave. Why would there be ducks? Silly." Like he's admonishing himself for believing that there was ducks.
Oh, poor baby.
Keep going.
Yep, just taking it slow. I'm just starting to see everything straight again. Was it this way?
Nah, other way.
Oh, okay. So this way, as he kind of.
Da.
Interesting. Now, these crystals on the ground, are they these like little pebble-sized one, rock-sized ones?
They are glowing faintly.
Gonna reach down, kind of touch one with like apprehension.
Just like all the other crystals, they begin to rise in temperature with contact.
See, I thought you touched it with your hand.
Good night, folks. We'll be here all week. So when we step on them, they are getting hotter under our boots. Then.
Yep.
Okay.
There's plenty of room
Oh, he has
to
the
navigate
power
around
of
them.
deduction.
Turn left. Or go left, or whatever case may be. This one, over here.
There's some sort of strange monster down here.
I don't know if the audience. I don't know if the audience can hear that. I have proper I have sound dampening on OBS, but not for y'all. But yes, my son is having a fun time.
That doesn't sound like fun.
Yeah.
I don't want to be mean, but
Yeah.
Well, that's the sound he makes when he's not getting his way. So I guess you're right.
And we keep going down, or do we just go around this corner?
No, it's you cannot see from here. It's crystals right here. It's gonna point to the southwest.
No, I see a cobblestone room, but I don't see any crystals.
The cobblestone room is the room with the cobbles and the stones.
Okay, Fenrir, you notice a white light coming from your, I guess, satchel. I don't know exactly where you put it.
He's gonna
Yeah, so he's 3.
like just
so
hold out the
loud is
satchel
his-
that he has,
Loud is his
and
default
this-
setting.
and
Okay.
okay. It's glowing. I don't. What? Good?
Crystals in it.
Yeah. I'm assuming that we're talking about the one that I got off of.
Yeah, the very
And-
same.
Yeah, it's the one that I got off of Kynan that his dad gave him or found. That apparently was used to open up the gate, but not gate door thing. That thing. I keep forgetting you guys can't see me. Jesus.
I can hear you moving as far as the animatedness of your voice.
you?
Does that mean we're near the door?
is good assumption.
Okay, so we go to the door, gate thing. Then there's swords. And then we lock it?
Maybe. Sound like good plan. You go
Sword
ahead with
was
that plan.
locked.
All right, Fenrir. As you start walking down that tunnel, the light just shuts. It's gone. I just like, whoop, and it's gone.
I'm going to back up to where I was.
All right, it starts glowing again.
Cool.
Are we sure we want to go this way?
Follow the rock. There's a better idea. We'll check out the cobblestones later.
That's usually my motto is follow the rock.
Yeah, that's what we say whenever you lead the party.
I think of what would Dwayne Johnson do, and then just go off.
WWDJD.
Fair. No, it has to be D the Rock J.
Yeah, everything's abbreviated except for The Rock.
So there's a cobblestone. Is this the room that we're? There's so many cobblestone rooms.
This is not the one that I saw before, but it's still cobblestone. It's still good to look. Go ahead.
All right, Fenrir, as you head south, your crystal just goes. No light.
I thought you were saying like it just disintegrates or something.
Yeah,
gone.
it implodes.
Okay, gonna head
No.
up in here then. Kind of stopping.
All right. Edda says, "All right, I'll make sure no creepy crawlies come up the path."
You're a good man, Edda.
I try.
Well, that's good. I'm glad you try. I mean, most people don't. They just
So,
think
Fenrir,
that's natural. But
this room is dome shaped. It is wall to ceiling to made of cobblestone, except for maybe a foot in radius around the crystal formation in the center, and in the heart of the crystal formation is this pulsating glow. And your crystal is like glowing still.
I'm gonna
you're
touch
muted, Vegas.
bag. Oh,
I didn't say anything.
Your mouth moved, you bastard.
I was gonna say something, but then I didn't.
Do that more.
gonna slowly reach out with bag o crystal and touch it to crystal formation, still in the bag and everything. Just like a, is this what I do?
All right, well, as you're reaching forward, you remember that Ingvar said that everyone that went through the crystal that disappeared, they were all touching the large crystal formation before the crystal touched it. The hand crystal. Too many crystals. They were all touching the large crystal before they touched it with the small crystal.
Okay. He's going to just a couple attempts of just like touching this bag to the thing and nothing happened, and then like he kind of like looks at it, and then the thought comes back like, oh, okay, you remember saying, all right, and he's gonna look towards his companions and say, this is either gonna be really cool or terrible, and then he's gonna touch it.
You're just with your hand?
Oh, I mean, I'm still holding the crystal like in the bag, and then yeah, just with my hand.
Okay. You touch it just with your hand. For once, this crystal does not rise in temperature.
Okay, so it's not burning. That's a plus. Stupid crystal work, and then I'm gonna hit the crystal bag with crystal in it onto the thing while still holding it.
Alright, for a moment, everyone behind you kind of sees you stutter out of existence.
But I don't notice it. I just like
No,
I don't notice
you don't
any
feel
shift.
anything.
Okay, cool. Right, he's gonna turn around and be like, "It doesn't work. This was."
It sort of work. Take crystal out the bag.
He will take the crystal out of the bag.
Alright, so the crystal is glowing brightly, and it is shining a visible light onto the crystal formation.
It's a warm or a cool light.
Does Sorry, I got broken for a moment. Make a space for us. Scoot in.
Okay.
Come on, witch.
Okay, I'm here.
Okay.
I'm gonna out a character here, but why? Beside that, we can keep going.
He is on the crystal. Meaningful eye contact with my bros.
No.
Hmm. Oh. Oh. Hmm. Yeah. Give the witch the crystal.
If you give a witch
Oh.
a crystal, he's gonna want to cast a spell.
Da.
I will hand
I
Akulu
told the room.
the crystal.
As the
Now,
crystal,
Bye.
moves around this room, it continues to shine that light perfectly up to the larger crystal formation.
So now, you said. Oh, wait, hold on. Did Fenrir actually say what he remembered, or did he just keep that to himself?
Well, Ingvar
I could
told
see
all
him.
of you.
Oh, Ingvar told. Okay, so we all remembered at this point.
Sure.
Okay, which now you touch Big Crystal.
Like, crystal or touch the crystals together.
Say again. I lost you there.
Like, put my hand on the crystal or touch the crystals to each other.
No, hold small crystal in one hand, touch big crystal with other hand.
Yeah,
We are sciencing.
that's not been invented. Okay, I do that.
Just with your hand?
Yep.
Okay. You are now touching the crystal.
So then,
As
touch the
suspected.
tip of the small crystal to the big crystal.
You do.
Okay.
And what is the other two players doing?
Watching intently.
Watching in amazement.
Do y'all
That's gonna
have your
cry.
hands on the crystal?
They do not.
Yeah. No. Yes. Sorry. Yes. Raylet's hand is on the crystal.
Okay.
I'm like, what are we supposed to
What about
do?
Fenrir? Is Fenrir still touching the crystal? Did
I mean,
you
if-
guys
if-
watch?
I don't think he's ever taken it off after getting in this room.
Alright, so
Okay,
everyone has their hand on the crystal. And then we touch crystal to crystal. And then a flash of light, you guys
Yes.
vanish. And the camera, like, dolly tracks out of the room. And then pans over to Edda. And he's looking. And then he sees the flash and he's like, guys? My lord? Spy?
Spy.
We did it, Rayla.
Yay.
And you guys appear somewhere else. As soon as
No,
your
no.
eyes adjust to the bright flash, you find yourself standing on an iceberg. It is ridiculously cold. You all immediately clutch yourselves and start to shiver. Inside this iceberg is a completely frozen, frost-covered shipwreck. Now, what do you guys do and in the immediate moment?
Do you think this is where we're supposed to be?
All right.
Head towards the shipwreck.
Okay. Everyone make a perception check.
No.
Okay.
That's not a request.
He chooses to fail.
Mm.
So did I.
Jesus.
I think we're all about to choose to fail here. Yep.
Jeez.
All right. We're gonna cut away from you guys for a moment.
Okay. It's a good idea.
Hakon, or is it
Yes.
Hakon? How would you pronounce that?
I was thinking Hakon, so yeah, I did the
Hakon.
correct the first.
Hakon, you are leading your scouts, and you find a cavern that might make good shelter. And you and your two scouts are exploring this cavern when suddenly you find this tunnel that kind of has a 45-degree angle downward. And the tunnel is frozen, even though the rest of the cavern isn't. And the three of you are examining this tunnel when one of your scouts takes a step forward to enter it. And being suspicious of this tunnel, you immediately reach out to stop him. However, in doing so, you kind of push him a little bit, and he starts to slide, and so do you. And the female scout with you grabs onto your arm, and all three of you plunge into this icy hole, and suddenly you're hit by a blinding flash. And you stumble onto an iceberg. So, the three of you, player characters, are looking around Alkulu starts heading for the shipwreck, when suddenly 3 Fiel folk just kind of appear with a little bit of a flash, and then 3 of them stumble to where they are. Now, let's get a little more context. This probably is more for the audience than you guys. You are better folk, which are humans, and the Fiel folk are half giants, and you guys are not friends at all.
That's a trap.
So Hakon, it doesn't take you long. You're next to this kind of mound. You can see over it, and it doesn't take you long for you and your companions to see 2 Barrafolk and a weird lizard thing across this iceberg. The man with you, who is named Scott, he grips his mace and he says, "Leader, enemies."
Is he saying it in giant? I'm assuming he's saying it in giant.
He's saying it in giant. But, if I recall, at least Fenrir speaks giant.
So do I.
Okay, so you guys hear that.
didn't realize.
So I turn and I tell him in giant, it must have been a trap by those humans.
The woman with you draws her sword and starts growling.
All right. Well, it's just it's not exactly a plan here. It's just we all ended up in the same place, it seems. So we're not exactly enemies, at least not yet. Just calm everything down. Just calm it. Calm.
I use prestidigitation to create a splash of sparks and yell in Northman, "Come no further."
It's their magic that brought us here. Look at this woman over there.
Scott says, "The witch! She uses lights!"
That tracks.
That doesn't.
A common phrase in giant.
Oh.
So they don't get it.
So is this part of your plan to use this? Do you have my father's sword?
Scath turns to Hakon and says, "This one speaks giant. Do we attack?"
Question: did he just say this woman speaks giant?
No, he said this one.
Oh,
Yeah.
You don't look like a woman, not even to a half giant.
that's why I was like, "Whoa! Did I just get like low-key burned?"
Hakon was carrying his maul in one hand, kind of slightly relaxed but still ready to use. But now he grabs it with both hands in like kind of a combat stance. And he's unsure. He kind of wants to fight, but he doesn't know where they are, and they just got teleported there, so he doesn't quite answer Scat, but he looks at the other 3 people. He did see magic. He's a prince. Not quite sure yet. Doesn't want to charge into a trap. They just got teleported here, or transported here, so it's kind of weird already.
Oh, so seeing this kind of like apprehension, Fenrir, being the charismatic leader that he is deciding to take the initiative and say, "Well, seems that we're both stuck here. So, do you like my boat?"
The woman says, "Better folk lies. For glory! Give the word!"
We could just talk on the boat. It'd be all right. Yes.
Hakon says, while Fenrir is speaking, Hakon says, I think we need to keep the witch alive. She might be our way out. Attack.
Alright, initiative.
Amazing.
That's a thing.
Man, I just want to have it. Chit chat on a boat.
You know, as you do.
But do you got your flippy floppies?
And my swim trunks.
There you go.
I was just at Kinko straight flipping copies.
I'm riding a dolphin.
Whoa.
It's doing flips and shit. Alright, we got a 3-way tie. How do y'all want to resolve that?
I happen to like the order that it's in. Personally.
Yeah, I'm okay with it.
I won't complain.
Alright, Fenrir, you're up.
So this is this like a mass that has fallen over right to my right, like stage right?
It's I don't know the proper nautical term for it, but it's a mast that's like on this kind of angle.
Okay.
So the sails would be just above deck.
Okay. So is there room for me to walk under it?
Yeah, you can like duck under it or
Okay.
limbo. Dealer's choice.
Limbo it is. Hoping to impress my new compatriots that are apparently wanting to fight. Be like, haha, look what I can do. But yeah, I'm gonna step forward and say, all right, just before everything gets all weird, just we're in the same boat as you, so you maybe just calm down. We just talk like normal folks and giant folks, and we just hash this out a little. And that's my turn.
Alright. Hakulu.
I love that that's how you spent your turn. Don't limbo, I duck. To clarify. And
Ducks, where?
He's not falling for that trick again.
He's wise.
I'm gonna chill touch. It's a ranged spell attack.
Who are you chill touching?
1 versus AC.
Me?
Hakon?
Definitely.
No, the
Alright, Hakon, you get +2 AC because you are behind cover.
But that would still hit me.
Okay, then it hits you.
I'm not going for Hakon.
Oh, you're going for the lady?
The lady.
The
Okay,
lady.
well, the lady
alright.
gets it, I'm fairly certain.
The lady gets hit. We are all fairly certain. That wounds her straight out of the gate. She's wounded by that. Are you done?
Yeah.
Okay, Rayleth.
How much above the ice is the railing of this ship?
It's not. It's in a divot.
Oh, it's under.
Well, it's like in.
All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, so 5, 10, 15, 20. Hop into it. 25. What do you need from me?
Go ahead.
Okay. 25. 30?
Yeah, all right.
Yeah. And then kind of poke up as high as I can and shoot at the lady with the short bow.
She doesn't have a short bow. She has a short sword.
No, with my short bow.
Oh, okay. That makes more sense. Oh, thank you. While you're doing that, I should do the verbal callouts. Maps we're using are by Gabriel Picard, and tokens, the ones we're using right now are made by Oliver Smith, and later on we might feature some made by Wider Path Gaming. Thank you for the host, and yeah, go patronize them. They're dope.
Yay! Boom.
Yeah, I just thought of it because this
Oh,
map
Jesus.
looks so nice.
Well, it was a nice roll to hit.
Yeah, that was a great roll to hit. 21 to hit for
All right.
crap
You
damage.
graze her neck.
comes to hit points,
And
you only
then-
roll once.
Yeah, like for real. And then I'm gonna crouch down.
Okay. So I was about to interrupt you because it's not that deep. It would be like
Right,
it would be like a step on a stair, like 6
Right.
inches top. So
but there's still a railing here, right?
yeah, not much of one.
Ish. Well, I'll get as far behind it as I can because I don't
Okay.
want to get hit by things.
Got it. All right.
And then let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I'm technically within 30 feet of both potential targets. Fenrir, you go hit the leader one really hard in the face, and then maybe he talk, da? And I will bonus action help Fenrir in his attack against Hakan if he attacks.
Got it. Volsko, they're on an iceberg, so you missed a bit. Back on. You're up.
Is it difficult terrain to climb on?
Yeah. You kind of vault over it.
Okay, so that's 5 feet,
10 feet.
10 feet?
Yeah.
15, 20, 25. Can I squeeze there?
Sure.
Okay. I didn't feel Relat's attack. Fenrir haven't attacked, so I'm gonna attack Fenrir. So with a roaring charge, Hakon just like charges up to the group and then targets Fenrir with it.
That definitely hits.
And I think I can attack twice with this guy, which is gonna hurt. Yes, sadly I can. So
Sadly.
That also hits.
All right.
so Fenrir's not looking good.
No.
Fenrir.
And by the way, just to describe a little bit of his fighting style, Hakon is fighting with this maul like it's not quite a Carter staff, like there's a weight to it, but it feels almost weightless in it.
Are you done?
Yep.
All right. Scath's turn. 10, 15, 25. $30. He's gonna attack Fenrir. He has a +4 to hit.
Huzzah!
Okay, that's a miss with a natural 1. And then he attacks again. And that's going to be a hit. He hits for 3 bludgeoning damage.
Woo!
Alright, the Lady Field Folk. She is going to, in her offhand, she's going to draw a hand crossbow. She's going to go 5, 10, 15, 20. And then as she 25, getting around the cover, and she's going to fire it at Raylath. She has a +4 to hit. That's a natural 1, so no one sees where that bolt goes. And with her remaining movement, she's going to lunge forward with her short sword and attack Raylath again with a +4 to hit. 15 is a hit. So she hits Raylath for 4 piercing, and she sneak attacks for an additional 6. Total of 10 piercing damage. There is no command to share my YouTube. However, it is linked below the stream. All right. At the top of the round, you guys are interrupted by a loud boom and a huge gust of freezing wind that almost buffets each of you off your feet. But you're all able to hold your ground when suddenly, and for the viewers, this is super zoomed out. But suddenly, there's a man now sitting on this berg, the southwest. And in this moment, the field folk and the party are probably not too interested in continuing fighting each other because this is a new element, and it is kind of established that both of you are confused. So, tentatively, while still kind of squared off with each other, you take a few paces back to now converse with this new entity. This entity, as I've described it, has light blue skin, white hair, and a white beard. And his hair and beard, they form. They are made of hair, but they come together in points, clustered points, almost resembling ice. And it's very jagged.
Main character.
And he's wearing furs. And he's sitting there. And in one hand, he's leaning against a spear, and this spear is made out of the wooden shaft is highly decorated. It has a coiling serpent on the outside of it, carved into the wood, and then in between the coils are runes that spiral all the way down, and then the head of the spear is covered in runes along just before the sharpening of the edge, so kind of like the inner arrowhead. And his eyes are pearl white, and they sort of have this faint blue glow to them that sort of illuminates the rest of his face. Oh, and he's got the same kind of white, crystalline-haired, bushy eyebrows.
So Akon, once the everybody kind of stops fighting, the weapons are still out. He's gonna turn to the creature, and he's gonna turn to Fenrir, and well, basically the party is gonna say, "Is this your doing?" in giant. So sadly, Akulu still cannot understand.
What's it matter? Because I try to be peaceful, and yet you two attacked me, so you probably just believe it's us anyways. You can see that Fenrir is kind of pissed. Try that again. It's kind of pissed off about what has just happened.
Hakon, after seeing how much damage he did, is not even fazed by the fact that you're angry.
Put a hand on Fenrir's shoulder and ask him very quietly, "Is this their doing?"
No, they're asking if it's ours, and I don't know why. He's probably just going to attack me because I was trying to not fight, and then he comes at me swinging his big maul, and it really hurts. And now, like, Raelis is also being stabbed. Like, I don't like this.
All right. In a voice as loud as the roaring wind, the entity says, "Silence."
Hakon turns full body, like he puts his back to Fenrir, which is in warrior speak essentially an insult, and he's gonna face this guy and says, "Make."
Can I just coyly take a step back to get out of line of fire here? Like,
yeah.
I'm gonna do that right there. Just as Rayla steps back, he goes, "Okay, that's how we're doing this. Good."
All right, you're out of range of that. You're not out of range.
That's right. Be a man, with the strength of a rising fire. That's not the giant voice, but that's all right. I was too busy trying to make my Mulan reference.
I would do it. He raises his free hand and points a finger at you and casts a spell. Because he's gonna make you.
Yeah, I figured, but
Yay.
Give me a con save, please.
I think I'm good at that, so that's good.
You failed.
I should have shut the hell up.
I already lost it. Okay. You take 62 necrotic damage.
Well, I would go down normally. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna attempt to shrug at least some of it off. I'm gonna use my reaction to use a Stone's Endurance, and hopefully that gives me just enough. -9, that's 51.
Okay.
No, 53.
53.
Shit, I'm still 10 short. Hold on. It's not my turn, in theory, so I can't do that. Yeah, he's actually gonna make me.
Right. Yeah. So he points his finger at you, and then an incredibly fast, sort of jagged line of ice that sort of flails off into like bits of a snowflake, kind of jerks through the air, going around the female, and then striking you right in the heart, and you just go, and then you fall over, stiff as a board.
When this thing yelled out silence, what language was that in?
Yeah. Interesting thing. You heard it in Draconic.
I'm assuming we all heard it in a different language.
Yeah, you heard it in Northman, and unconscious Hakan heard it in Giant.
Okay.
Whenever he falls over stiff, Akulu is gonna like shriek just a little bit. I didn't want to actually shriek on.
Sure, yeah.
Welcome.
Thank you. Rayleth is gonna lay an egg.
Oh, I didn't know you were.
He's gonna, yeah, not necessarily under his breath, but quietly and in Draconic. Silence. Noted. Got it.
So, the being lowers his hand and says, "Who speaks for the others?" And again, he talks in all of your languages at once. And since this is the second time you speak, you hear your language most prominent, but you can hear the other languages as like an echo.
I guess that's me. You look around like, oh.
He looks at you, and you feel his gaze on your eyeballs, as if like your eyes are getting colder. It kind of hurts. You can, Kulu.
Life is pain.
Left us.
You can definitely roll religion. And he says, You bear the bloodline of one who has come before.
Yes.
Alright, I'm gonna let Akulu make this religion check. Alright,
The unfortunate
Akulu,
thing for me is
14
that Akulu is not smart.
well, that's okay, because a 14 will do it. You're not for sure, because obviously everything is told verbally, and, you know, there's not a lot ascribed to certain creatures, but this is like, he's not part of the core Northern Pantheon. However, he resembles the description and the power and the spear of who is said to be the king, like the immortal king, like not just like a living king, but this is like the deity king of all frost giants. However, he just doesn't have the right stature, so you're kind of not sure.
So he's king of the north?
He's the immortal king of the north,
Okay.
king of the frost giants, and that character in folklore is named Eisromer.
That doesn't make me happy looking at my notes.
The female takes slow steps back and then pulls something out of her belt and then bends over and very quietly, making slow movements, is going to stabilize Hakan. And then the other one is going to say very quietly, but Fenrir can hear it. He says, "There's no honor in being killed by a god."
Could have said that before, though.
Just saying.
So, who are you?
All right, he says, "I am Eisromer." I am the northern wind.
Wait. You haven't seen a sword lying around, have you? I'd be pretty keen.
You have trespassed in my realm for a sword?
For what? I missed the last word.
Sword.
Sword.
A sword.
A sword?
sword.
A sword.
What is a Sheba?
Yes. I mean, not intentionally. We're looking for a sword and then touched some crystals, and then we were here, and then this dick attacked me, and he's gonna point right at Hakan. And then you showed up, which is pretty good because I was gonna mess him up something fierce. Then you did it, so I forget where I was going with this, but yeah, it's all about a sword.
The casual in wow.
Impudence?
Insolence, that's the word. The casual insolence of mortals never ceases.
You asked me a question and I answered it. Should I not have answered it? I'm first time dealing with the god,
Oh my
so
gosh.
I don't know the rules.
Akulu's gonna just like hands on Fenrir, like, excuse us, terrifying and great and noble, worthy of awe, Northwind. Our leader has been impaired physically and mentally, as you can see, through fearsome magics, and we have only stumbled into your realm and wish safe passage out of it.
But you came for a sword.
We were in a series of caverns seeking out the blade of a deceased jarl. We were dropped here all of a sudden, and much alarmed to find these creatures. Creatures. They're accusing us of some sort of intent to harm. We are but lost and afraid. Totally powerless.
Rayleth's just gonna shed a single tear of pride at this performance.
You have entered my realm. Only the dead may enter. And only the dead.
We were very nearly there.
Your
What could
sword.
we do you? Oh,
He stamps his spear. Just in the mound of this iceberg, a bit of it, face and closest to you, kind of melts away to reveal this Northman's sword with an engraved blade, which of course Fenrir will recognize as his father's. And it has a knotted pattern along the width of the crossguard and on the pommel.
Yep, that's it. So if I could just have that, we can go, and then you can have your realm
if
back.
we could, what service may we do for you, oh great and fearsome lord? It seems we're not as well informed about the whereabouts of this blade as we once imagined we were.
What are you doing?
I'm gonna die here if you don't shut up.
He's giving us a sword, though.
Me who does it.
Am I reading this wrong? He's giving us a sword and wants us to get out.
I don't know that he necessarily will let us get out.
Then why show us the sword? This seems kind of like a dickish move. This is very quiet, like hush hush, like just between.
Yeah.
Obviously, you can probably still hear us with his god ears, but
Yeah. I know we are but powerless compared to you, but how may we deserve this gift returned to us and to the bloodline?
He just kind of cocks his head back a bit, tilts his head to the side as he does, and he says, "Take your sword, mortal."
I'm okay. Still have to tell me twice.
So
And he'll kind of try and walk like big and proud, even though he's like messed up. So he's trying to put on a big front.
okay. So I assume you sheathe your sword and then you wrap your hand around the handle.
Never had my sword out in the first place. I was legitimately trying to de-escalate this.
All right, fair. All right, as you wrap your fingers around the handle, make a con save.
Okay. No way this can go.
Just letting you know, no stress, but I did a con save and look where I'm at.
You're in the wrong.
Okay.
Agreed.
Fenrir, you are consumed with a feeling of internal cold, but somehow, because you are a thick and hardy boy, you resist it and pull the sword from the ice.
From the stone?
No, from the ice. And then the entity kind of frowns. And he stands up and he says, "You are strong for a mortal."
That's just what his daddy would.
Get it from my dad? You can see, like, he's already grimacing like that. That was not the right thing to say. No.
Your father. It is his sword. He seeked to stop that which I began. You cannot leave. You cannot leave. And then he holds his spear up, and his spear is struck with lightning, and then a lightning shoots back towards Fenrir. And when it strikes Fenrir, it arcs off and is going to hit each of you. Everyone, probably, it might be a dex save, in fact.
This is chain lightning, then yes, it'll be a dex save.
Everyone give me a dex save. Except for you, Hakan. You're already unconscious.
Is this a save or take save to take half damage?
I don't know. I'm gonna level with you. I've never cast a spell before. I'm excited.
Okay.
Well, you did cast one.
Yes,
right
it's half.
now.
Okay. Well, shit. This might be an insta-death.
It's okay. You're in the hands of the narrative.
What up?
See? Jacob was right. You're in the hands of the narrative.
I'm still gonna take half damage, which, if it's more than 0...
Alright. Akulu and Fenrir failed. And I'm gonna say the NPCs fail. But Raylath, you take half. So Raylath, you take
fail?
25. I've never seen you guy
Yeah,
without glasses on.
I had to go clean them. They were super dirty.
Well, lightning courses through you all, and, well, you all dropped to 0, and I think some of you are just, mechanically dead.
Yeah, that's an instant death on Rayleth.
So the everything goes dark, and our vision, our view of the scene cuts to black. Fenrir, for the briefest moment, you have no sensory perception whatsoever. You never realized just how much noise there was, even in quiet moments, until this moment right now when you hear absolutely nothing. You are in a vacuum, and all you feel is peace. But then you once again find yourself on a snowy surface. As far as you can see in every direction are just a blanket of snow, evenly distributed across a flat plain. And there's a slight wind, and even though it's hitting you, you don't feel any cold. And all around you in a circle is everyone who just got hit with lightning, and Hakan is there too, not that you know his name. Arranged in a perfect circle, one after another, all the way around you. And walking towards you is a very tall woman in a bright blue gown with fur trim around her neck and around her wrist and around the hem of her dress. And as she approaches, you see a silver crown with fierce kind of spikes coming out of it. And she has white hair, white skin, and blue eyes, like really light blue eyes. And no irises, so it's just like a solid blue kind of in the middle of the white. And she approaches you. And she says, Fenrir Einar's son.
Yes?
She smiles, but for some reason her smile doesn't convey any kind of happiness in you. In fact, it kind of makes you feel... kind of makes you feel a little sick. And she says, You're the first mortal to resist my father's magic.
Well, if there is one thing I have grown up being really good at, it's disappointing fathers.
Jesus.
Oof.
Big oof.
Pulling out.
What do I do with that? Nope, wrong fucking monitor. Oh, good. I didn't write that down.
You weren't expecting someone to come back with a response about disappointing fathers? Wow.
Imagine that.
To be fair, PR, with some of your answers, even from your character and your previous characters, there are times where I don't know what I would answer.
Yep. It's...
She starts to walk in a circle outside of the ring of bodies around you. And whether you want to or not, you find yourself just kind of tracking her movements, turning her body as she swings around. And she says, I am Queen Scotty. And I I'm very interested in you.
I mean, I appreciate that. You are quite a lovely but yet terrifying lady. So, I mean, I, I can't say I'm not interested back.
Good. Good. I have shielded you and your cohorts from my father's magic because I wanted to make a proposition.
I mean, we just met. I'm flattered. I just think maybe we should get to know each other first, and then maybe see if we're right for each other, and then we can talk about marriage. But I mean, don't get me wrong, you're very pretty.
And you are very perceptive, insightful.
He actually starts laughing at that. Like, that's the first time anyone's ever called him either of those two things.
Do you even know what they mean?
Nope.
I am reclaiming that which I once had, long, long before you were born. I am headed your direction this very moment. And I wish to bring all of you humans into my heart. And to make an easy transition, I seek a consort. One who is strong enough to survive my father's displeasure.
Fenrir's sister.
I'm trying to work on that. Well, I mean, is why do you want to bring us into your heart?
Because you live on my land.
But you're not the king.
Very soon, there will be no king. Only the queen.
Okay. So well, I mean, if there's only gonna be queens, then I mean, being my sister would be more of your choice. And she's a lot stronger than I am, and I mean, she's more like, I mean, she definitely can whoop my ass. She's probably a better leader than I am. So I've been told most of my life. So I mean, I kind of forget where I was going with this.
Well, I think you misunderstand. There will only be this queen.
Oh, wait, are you the blizzard that I'm supposed to fight?
I... She's like...
You turn into a giant bird?
she thinks for a moment, just like, oh boy, this guy's really dumb.
She didn't wake the person she needed to talk to.
Why did you seek out my father's realm? Was it
Because he had
just
a
for a
sword.
sword?
Well, I mean, it's the swords to stop the blizzard or Endfrost or giant bird. I'm not quite clear on what it actually is, but it's bad, and I'm trying to stop it.
She smiles devilishly, and she says, "Stop Enfrost."
Yes.
My dear, I am Enfrost.
So you're the blizzard. Okay. Can't wait to let people know that the blizzard's a woman.
This blizzard you speak of, every drop of snow you think of, is a soldier in my army.
That's a pretty big army. I mean, that's got to be at least 100, 150.
At least. Now you can try with your sword. She gestures and you realize you're holding your father's sword.
Hey, got it.
To stop me and my Endfrost. Or you can take my hand. And she holds out her hand, and as she does, the bodies between you and her kind of unceremoniously gets pushed to the side, and she kind of just slides across the snow up to you. She holds out her hand. She says, "You can take my hand and take your place as my human consort. And instead of a blizzard that freezes and kills everything you know, it can be one that goes around you, harmlessly, envelops you in the warmness of my rule."
Like me or like me? And when the second me, he kind of like points to like the bodies that have just been cascaded around.
I see that your strength, your resolve, is at the expense of your wit. That's unfortunate, but I can work with it.
I just want to make sure that I understand what it is that you're offering completely before I agree to anything. I don't want to, say yes and then turns out it's not what I wanted, and then there's like a whole bunch of confusion after that.
I am coming to your lands to take it back.
Okay.
You can protect your human friends, even that lizard thing. If you join with me, and when I arrive and my blizzard is at your gate, they will find the gate open. And they will find no warriors ready to fight them. Instead, they will find a place where they can rest, while the rest of the north succumbs to the cold.
This sounds like a great deal.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of all I want, so yeah, I mean, okay, sure. And he's gonna extend his hand. And then kind of like, do we shake on this, or and then kind of retracts his hand like I don't mean any offense. This is my first time making a consortingness deal.
Is it?
Yeah, it really is.
She kind of pulls her hand back a bit, and she says, "But there is one thing. Your sister, she can't be there when we arrive."
Why not?
Well, as you said, she is a strong, capable warrior, stubborn, like her father. And she would not understand your commitment to me.
Okay, so what happened? Okay, what if she is there, but she doesn't try to fight you? That way she can live, I can live, everyone that I know can live, we can all be happy, and you can do whatever the heck you want with the rest of it.
Her soft facade drops for a moment, and she says, "If you swear to me you obey me."
Is there more to that?
No, that's it.
No, that's legitimately a question he asks.
Oh.
Like he's just like
I have
like,
told you to dispatch your sister upon returning to your world. That is my first order that you must agree to before you swear allegiance to me. You can't do it? Well, then you're not a wise man.
Well, and she's like right in front of me, essentially.
Yeah, 2 feet.
Okay.
2, maybe 3.
Well, I mean, seems like my options are kill my sister and everyone else lives, or don't kill my sister and everyone dies. So, I mean, she was kind of a mean sister growing up. So there's that. And I kind of don't like that. But then, yeah, I can't really fault her for it. Nah, what the heck? And he'll put his hand out to shake it.
And she holds her hand out, fingers down, and she says, kneel and kiss the hand of your queen.
He will kind of move forward to like get within hand reaching thing, grab her hand with his left hand and start to kneel, but instead ram his sword through her stomach. Or attempt to. I mean, that's
Right.
his end goal.
All right.
But I mean, I doubt
So
that's going to happen.
You take your sword and you plunge it right at her gut, and it hits it like a piece of granite. And the blade of your father's sword that you just went on this horribly bloody quest to fight breaks in half. Just snaps like a broken branch. And she goes,
I immediately regret this.
and she looks down, and she looks back
He
at
goes
you,
as pale.
and she says, this is my reality. You have disappointed me.
My reality.
Pick up that piece. You'll need it.
I mean, that's okay. He's going to pick up the piece, like, very confused because he figured once he saw it break, he's like, oh, I'm dead.
Right. So everything in the environment has changed. Now the wind is whipping around you like you're in the eye of a storm. Snow is falling down almost sideways, and you can hear thunder booming. And everything starts to kind of like close in around you as this like blanket of snow and fog just entrenches on your sight. And she says, I hope you live long enough to see my army kill everyone. And everything goes dark again. And a bright flash, and all of you are on the ground and conscious. You all have 1 hit point.
Thank
And
goodness.
you are in the chamber. Inside the crystal cavern. The one you used to teleport away in. And standing in the doorway with a panicked look on his expression is Edda. And he's like, oh my god, my lord.
Are the giants with us?
Yeah, all 3 of the Fjell folk are with you, and they are equally confused.
So Akon will simply state, like, where are we in Giant?
Well, first of all, did everyone else have the crazy dream with the ice woman? Or is that just me? It just seems like it might be just. Oh.
No one was present. However, you all get the sense that you should be dead, but for the power of a creature, and that creature has also felt wronged by Fenrir. You don't know how you have this knowledge, but that is kind of like, as soon as he mentions that, that's what you have, like a fragment of a memory of an emotion to kind of go off of.
Are we laying on the floor?
Yeah, you're all on the floor around.
Am I within arm's reach of Fenrir?
Sure.
I'm gonna smack him in the back of the head.
All right. You take 1 damage. Start rolling death saves. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay. So that's just me then. All right. Okay. So I met the Blizzard lady. She and he's gonna be saying this like in Giant, but also then flipping to Northman like every sentence or so so that everyone's on the same page. And she just well, she wanted to marry me, and I thought, whoa, this is really rushed. And then I also thought, like, oh, okay, maybe this could be a good thing. And then she didn't like that I tried to stab her, and then my father's sword broke. And
Yeah, and as you say that, you realize you're holding on to half of your father's sword, and the other half of it is just kind of laid on your chest.
So that's kind of a bad thing. Wasn't expecting the sword to be broken. Kind of thought, well, it's Kay, so I had the dream, so maybe I could just stab her and get it over with. But that didn't go so good. Also, she's coming to kill us all. So, how's everyone else doing? He's gonna switch back over to Northman completely.
Hakon is gonna add at the end of the whole thing, and you can tell while you were telling the story and flipping between the two things, Hakon wanted to say something, but he did not interrupt. And as soon as you're done, he say, "I speak Northman," and he says that in Northman. It's kind of rusty, but still there.
Well, then, I'm glad you can understand me.
You're muted.
Rayleth, in Draconic, go find the sword, he said.
Feeling
Close
the exact same way.
Close the door, he said. It'll be
Just
fun,
getting
he
the
said.
sword.
Oh, whoa.
It's the
You never
You said that in
it'd be
Draconic.
Fun.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, this is
Yeah.
all in Draconic. Everything will be fine, he said. And then he's just gonna mutter to himself
I'm
while
fairly certain
cleaning.
Akulu speaks Draconic too, but yeah.
that's fine. In fact, if that's the case,
That's perfect.
yeah, yeah, exactly. And if she shows any signs of comprehension, he's gonna like her even more because she speaks a civilized language.
Right, yeah.
Oh yeah. So Akon's gonna look very specifically at Fenrir and is gonna say, "That's a very beautiful story you tell, but that still does not answer my question. Where are?"
And Edda will say, "We are in the Crystal Cave, in an island off the coast of Bjorn Mars. And who the hell are these three?"
Don't know who they are.
Were they
They
here
tried
when
to
you guys
kill us.
disappeared?
No, they were there when we arrived, and then they attacked us, even though I was trying to not have them attack us because, I thought we could figure
Fjellfolk
stuff
attacked
out.
you? Yeah, that tracks.
I see, giant.
You've been picking up some giant.
Yeah, no,
Only-
I figured. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, he only knows slang and swear words and giant. Keep going.
I figured with us being in a strange place, that maybe we could talk stuff out. But apparently that's not the case because someone is a little tack happy. And then we met Isamir, and he didn't really like this one. He's going to point towards Haken. And then he didn't like the rest of us. I got my father's sword. I met Queen Skatey.
Scatty.
Yeah, PR knows. And then she told me she was a blizzard and wanted to marry me, and it's also Endfrost. And then I was just like, no. She also wanted me to kill my sister for some reason. I'm starting to think this. I don't know what's going on anymore.
The Fjellfolk woman turns to Hakon and says, "What are they saying?"
Hakon in Giant kind of repeats a little, but he very briefly summarized whatever crap that Fenrir is saying because it's already confusing. So he just tried to summarize it in a brief manner. He had a dream, something weird. It kind of feels a little bit real for us, but that's it. And we're in the very southern part of I don't know how.
You missed a lot of details there.
And the other Fjellfolk, he says, "If this is to be a battle, then it is one good enough to die in." And he stands on his feet and readies his mace aggressively. And Edda points his weapon at him and goes, we're not doing that.
By the way, Akon also grabs his maul with one hand and just puts the head of the maul in front of the face of the guy, and he goes like, no.
Child, I will eat you.
You say that in giant?
Sorry, child, I will eat you.
They're not all ogres.
Oh, that's just
Roll
how a giant
intimidation.
sounds.
Only
Oh,
an
Okay.
accent.
that's a thing. It's a thing that I have. 19.
All right, he believes you.
And I'm not gonna say another word. I'm just gonna smile at him. And I don't have lips, so that's a thing.
Right, yeah.
So, guy that understands Northman.
My name
You
is
like-
Hakon.
All right, Hakon. You like living, right? Because I like living. I'm pretty certain they like living. Endfrost is coming. You can choose not to believe it. That's on you. But we got to do something about it, and you're either with us or you can get the hell out of the way. I've had a really long couple of days of getting my ass kicked left, right, and center by a whole bunch of dicks. And I'm just done with it all right now.
There's clearly no reason to fight. I was wrong. I admit it. I assumed it was another human ploy to try.
You are so glad you're not speaking giant right now, but carry on.
I thought it was a ploy for humans to kill, for beer folk to kill more of us, but I must admit I was wrong.
Well, that's a step in the right direction.
I will not stand in your way. And he seems to, like, at this point, he just stops and seems to be in his thoughts. Essentially, he's not sure what to say afterwards. So just a
Well, thank you for admitting that you were wrong and not getting my way. By the by, you wouldn't know how to fix a broken sword, would you? It'd be really cool if you did.
I don't, but I know of people that might.
That can fix magical swords. I think this is magical. It's to stop the end time, so it's got to be magical, right?
I don't know about magical, but the Fjellfork blacksmiths can forge the mightiest of weapons. I can't see why they can't repair.
I'm sorry, what was that, Akulu?
Have blacksmiths. City.
Like good ones though, like they're no offense, they're magical-ish creatures, right? Like, and that the no offense was towards Hakon. Like they're magical creatures, right? They should be able to do this.
I mean, yeah, because they were handling everything we just went through as well. This guy was useless and died immediately.
I shoot daggers with my eyes at Akulu.
Alright, roll to hit.
Hey, witch. High five.
Okay,
Like,
well,
I'm right though, right?
Da.
I just listen. If somebody just tell me what I should do, it'd be really great because I don't know.
So we should probably go back to back to home and get the sword fixed. Where's the rock? And I'm gonna look around. Is the little rock that got us into the big rock still here?
Yeah, is it still in, like, I have it?
Yeah,
Phone?
Akuli, you still have it.
Oh, okay.
Cool.
Okay.
I just hold it up.
Yeah. We take that back with us. Make sure it don't come back here, because the ice meter guy seemed very keen on getting out of the place he was, where he messed us all up. So we make sure he don't come back. We take the sword back, and we figure it out from there. I'm sure, since the big people over here, big peoples, since they're being cooperative, we can drop them off on way home so they can figure out how to get back where they come from on their own, because fuck you, you can get home on your own.
You would not survive the wild north.
I'm not trying to go to Wild North. We're trying to go. Were you not listening? Look, I understand you speak stupid language, but that don't mean you have to be stupid too, okay? We are
the
not
female
going
the
to
female
Walmart.
field folk says, this walking lizard, I don't like his tone. Should I shut him up?
And now
Not-
look over at her. And I'll have you for dessert.
I seen him.
No, don't. He's not worth it.
Yeah,
And she bares her teeth and she says, if you weren't a disgusting lizard thing, I would assume you were making an advance on me.
It's a safe assumption.
Come on, Raylith. I think you have a chance.
So we're going home, da?
Yes.
And never coming back to Death Island.
There's one in every
Be a t-shirt.
campaign, I guess.
I mean, so the first guy, Isomir, he isn't the Enfrost. Queen Skady, she is his daughter, and she's the Enfrost. Or she just wants to be queen. Well, I mean, she said she was the. She didn't say she was the Enfrost. She said the Enfrost is what she does, or I don't know. It was really awkward. There's like awkward sexual tension between us. And I was kind of like half paying because she was like really pretty, but also like really scary. And I kind of just get nervous about around.
Fear boner, yeah.
Yeah. And he kind of like,
Thing.
yeah. So I don't know if we have to worry about him. It's her. Which, I mean, right on. I'm glad it's finally a lady, taking charge and being the end of all things. Because
It's about time women bring the apocalypse.
So yeah, we'll just go home. Do you guys need us to drop you off anywhere? I mean, you say you're from the true north, so I mean that's above us. So I guess we could just come back to Sudahofen, and then you can go north.
We're gonna march these through Studerhofen. Studerhofen had high opinions of myself and Raylath, but they might look sideways if these into Studerhofen.
But if Jarl is bringing them and says that they are okay, they're okay, because Jarl knows you are not actually an evil witch, and I am not a spy. And
What did the witch say? That was one of the field folk.
She and giant. I replied to him. I say she's afraid that the people of the mainland will not be kind to us or kindly agree with our president.
Oh, so these we're not among a gaggle of complete
And
idiots.
if they suddenly have food that tasted fine.
Sorry, what? I didn't hear Akulu.
What?
I was just being sassy.
Okay.
Rayla's gonna continue the sassy, and when she says that, he's just gonna reach into his pack and take out his travel knife and fork.
The man seems more afraid of this than the woman. He's like, oh my god, he's gonna eat us.
So that still
Looks at
hasn't.
Raylath and says in Draconic, I tend to swallow them whole.
But Hacken, you still haven't answered my question. Do you?
Hakon. Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, he's just. Do you just need a ride?
Yeah, well, Hakon has been trying to be on the high ground, like, you know, I'm a half giant, I'm a Goliath, so I'm literally better than you in every possible way, but he doesn't have a ship, and he's on an so
Well, yeah, Edda said
There's
you're
no
on an
icon
island
there.
south of Bjorn Mars, and you're like, there are islands south of Bjorn Mars?
so for like, you know how he's been standing tall and proud? You can see him like kind of lose an inch, and he's gonna say like, we need to borrow your we would like passage to the mainland.
Okay, well, that can be worked on. We kind of seem to be in this together. When I was meeting with Queen Skathy, you guys were all there. I mean, you were there, and you were there, and
Edda's like, even
So-
me?
yes,
No, not you, Edda.
Yes, you were, Edda. You were always there with me.
He's like, he seems more concerned by what you said than reassured, like, oh, what the fuck?
So she also called you my cohorts, which I don't think that applies because we haven't been doing any cohorting, to my knowledge.
Glance at Raylath. Yeah, no.
So I guess we're in this
Not
together. Sorry.
It does look like we're gonna be side by side for a little while for sure.
I mean, we don't have to be side by side. We can walk in front of each other, but yeah, sure.
Oh, I'm definitely going to be walking behind these ones.
Because you.
Because I hate
He's
to
just gonna-
see I hate to see them leave, but I love to watch them go.
Oh, well, that's very nice of you, Raylith. I'm glad you're finally coming around. See,
Are
it's
you
this kind of
saying they look
attitude.
like-
They definitely look like big thick snacks.
thicker than a bowl of oatmeal?
It's this kind of go-getter attitude, Raylith, that is going to really win over the people of Sudahofer to let them know that you are not a spy.
That is what is going to do it.
And then Fenrir will kind of stand up, put his hands on like his hips, and just feel very proud about everyone coming together. Very trying moment. He's like, "Yeah, all right, but let's get out of this cave before more of those insect things come and finish off the job." By the way, Haken, there's insect things in here that if they come at us, they hurt. So just swing your maul at them. You can maul them. Ha ha! Yeah, I made a fun. And he's gonna take off. Well, not take off, but start walking.
As he leaves, the female field folk again turns to Hakon and goes, wait, the fat one is in charge?
Well, who else would it be? The
What?
lizard or the witch?
She does say that in giant, of course, because she doesn't speak
Yes.
Northman.
And Hakon's gonna answer. I think he's physically in charge, but I'm not sure mentally. Anyway, let's follow.
Follow.
All right. There's a brief moment where everyone leaves except for the male Goliath and Raylath, and they both do the after you, after you, after you.
I'll just hiss at him.
He just goes, okay, and he just goes.
All right.
All right. Leaving the Crystal Caverns is much easier than coming into the Crystal Caverns and navigating its many perils. In fact, you guys find yourself just completely outside in no time. You didn't run into any more Krutiks or Mephits or lions and tigers and or bears.
Oh, that's good. No ogres either. Oh, they're all asleep/dead. Okay, never mind.
Yeah. Yeah, when you guys come to the field of ogres, the woman field folk says, "You guys did this?"
Yep, we just they got in our way. They were trying to betray us and betray one of my ogre friends. And then we just had to kill them. They cannot handle the alcohol though, so it was pretty easy.
So Hakon, up until the point where he said, like, we killed them, Hakon's like, oh, maybe I underestimate them. And then he says, they cannot handle their alcohol, so we killed them easy. It's like, oh, they must have poisoned. Okay, they just sneaked. You almost
To be
won.
fair, Fenrir definitely believes we didn't kill them.
I mean, we killed them by the stabbing them when they were asleep, but yeah.
He definitely
As far as,
believes we didn't poison them.
Yeah.
It was like, it was so strange. We gave them wine and
Scoth says, "They fight like cowards."
And Hakon replies,
yeah.
as humans tends to do.
So is that like whispered between them?
No, they never
No.
whisper. They speak proudly.
Yeah, we just speak.
Fenrir will stop in his tracks, turn around, and for those who are not newcomers, there is a look on his face that they have not seen before. Normally, he's kind of like jovial, aloof, but now it seems like he's very stern and serious. And he says in giant, well, the plan wasn't to kill them that way. It just happened. But if you ever say that we're cowards again, especially myself, you'll find out that maybe we can kill people the normal way as well. We understand each other? So maybe just
Hakon?
keep your comments to yourself, eh?
Hakon is gonna take a step forward and literally square up with Fenrir. He doesn't say anything. His weapon's not out. He's just like making himself as tall and as scary as he can, and he watches what Fenrir.
And while that happens, Rayleth is just gonna ease up right behind the other dude and hiss very quietly.
Fenrir's too stupid to be scared.
And he's just gonna stare right up at Haken, just like doing like a almost like a staring contest, trying not to blink.
Scoth turns to Raylath, and he's kind of wide-eyed, but it is fear. He kind of looks like an animal about to pounce. And he says, "Push me, lizard. My leader has not given me permission to kill you, but you can only push a few folk so far."
Only need to push you far enough for you to fall so I can tear your throat out.
One day, lizard man, I will kill you.
I look forward to it.
And then in the middle of all of this, Fenrir's stomach rumbles, and he just says, "Is anyone else hungry? I'm really hungry." And he's going to turn around and walk away as if nothing had happened.
I'm feeling a little peckish.
Hakon watches as Fenrir had stood up to him and just like kind of turns around like nothing's happening and walks away saying he's hungry. He respects. Not afraid of a Fjellfork. That's something. Okay. And he's gonna continue walking and beckon his two scouts with him, so they stop messing around with the lizard people.
And then in Draconic, oh, thank God, I thought he was going to murder me.
Thank Culver.
Oh, no.
No, you mispronounced God.
One of your nighttime pull-ups. Ready for bed. Ready.
And then we shall go get the foods.
You know what sentence I'm really tired of saying? Pull your pull-ups up.
Even with appropriate out-of-game context, that is still amusing as all hell.
I'm getting sick of it.
Really good.
It makes me mad. I can't think of a better way to say it. They are what they do.
And really, your fault. That's their fault for branding.
Exactly. Bastards. That was a bit of an aside. Alright, so you return to Straight Past. With more people than when you left. And you're met by Cabian.
We came back with fewer people.
That's true. Cabian approaches you, and he's kind of giving weary glances to the Fjellfolk with you, and he's like, "My lord?"
Cavian, you will be glad to know that I found my father's sword. Sad to know that I kind of broke it trying to stab a queen. But glad to know the Endfrost is real. It is a woman, and she is not happy with me, as most women tend to be.
Tracks.
What about them?
They were there too. They attacked us, and then we kind of got killed by a god, but not killed. And that's where I met the Blizzard lady, and
He kind
she
of like
called them like
grabs his pendant of Bjorn, and he's like, "This is his face."
So we met Isomir. He wasn't very happy about us being there. Gave me back my father's sword for some reason, though. Then hit us with some magic-y stuff. Then I met Queen Scathy. Yeah, I think that was Scathy. And she tried to marry me. I didn't want to. I mean, I wanted to, but then she told me that the only way I could do that is if I killed my sister, and I'm not really on board with that. So I tried to stab her, broke my sword. She's mad at me. They're all with us because they're my cohorts, apparently. I didn't know I had cohorts. And yeah. Any food? I could go for some food. Like, if you have mutton, I could destroy a couple of legs of mutton.
Who's over there, my lord?
Ah, Cabian. Yeah, you will not believe the craziness. But our fathers were onto something, and they will not have died in vain. We can still stop this. She really doesn't like my sister, so I think she might be the key, which makes sense. It tracks.
As soon as you guys start walking towards the food, he turns to his nearest Huskar. He's like, "We gotta make a sacrifice, like right now."
You cut out, what did you say?
Cut out a lot.
He says, "We've got to make a sacrifice right now."
As we're walking by, Rayleth's just gonna stop for a moment at Cabian, shake his head sadly, and clap him on the shoulder and keep going.
Kulu shrugs and heads for the food.
Food sounds good.
All right.
friends, Hakan, come on over. There's some food over here we could eat. You know, to talk about what we were doing and how you came to the ice place.
All right. Well, as you guys sit down for a meal, we're gonna go to a break. So we will be back roughly 25 after for about an hour and a half more of Endfrost. Thank you guys for tuning in, and we will see you when we see you.
Yep.
Hey, everybody, we're back, and we're better than ever. Well, maybe not. All right. So we left off. You guys were getting grub.
Da.
Was it good? Do we have to roll?
It's not good. It's hot though.
Oh, there you go. That's enough. That's enough for me.
I'm gonna make a big deal over my meat being cooked too much.
As long as you don't put ketchup on it, I think we're fine.
Whoa. I have already established I am the civilized one out of this group.
Fenrir is going to be taking Hacken and showing him the kind of like staying by Hacken because obviously these interlopers are going to be getting crazy stares. Just trying to make it like they're with me, we're cool, everything's fine here, everything's good. How are you? Kind of because that always turns out well.
All right. Skast is picking through his stew, and he ladles out some of the meat, and he says, "This food seems burnt."
Well, then you
Well, if you don't like it, yes, thank you.
So that she couldn't have understood it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to say. It's like, if you don't like it, you don't have to eat.
Okay. And just kind of goes.
Hakon kind of smiles at him and says, "You have fought monsters. You have fought the coldest of nights, and it's food that's gonna get."
These humans have no taste.
Yeah, and I can't speak his language. That's fine. I won't.
Gosh, I want to.
She wants to be so sassy for her.
Also, that was my exact face today, realizing that there was kale on the salad I was eating.
I'm sorry. You accidentally gave me the food my food eats.
Yeah.
Yep, Ron Swanson, 2004, I think.
Okay, calm down.
Wow.
I just started watching the show like 3 weeks ago, and I'm now in season 6. I can't stop my.
The damn good show. Damn fine. Damn fine.
We're
It's,
also
So,
if you don't like the soup, I'm sure I could find something to eat. For you to eat. I'm going to need you to calm down with Mr. Chatterbox, okay? Slow down, having a hard time keeping up.
how long till we get to go to bed? I don't know if we've looked at ourselves recently, if we've kind of taken a step back and considered the state of our physical bodies. I know we took a brief nap. I would appreciate a longer one.
And Hakon says, "You humans sleep more than one time a day." In Northman, by the way, so because you were speaking North.
Well, Hacken, when we actually do something and are useful, sometimes it exhausts the body. You know,
I guess.
slaughtering enemies can be really tiresome. I know you're not super aware of what that's like or anything, but that's how that works.
Given how tiny and frail you are, the only time we Fjellfolk have to take a rest is when gods strike us with, as I've demonstrated.
Actually, I would like to point out that I struck one of your party with a spell and wounded her pretty badly. And had I been able to do exactly as I had planned to do with you, we wouldn't have had to use the god to silence you.
As much as I enjoy watching this go down, because I mean, it's just really interesting to see you two talking to each other. Who are you? I should. Fenrir is Einarson is my name, and you would be.
I am Hakon. This is Scat, and I don't.
Boop that up.
And
He's
I
a
don't
scat
remember the name of
man.
the other guy.
The woman? You don't remember her
sorry.
name? How could you not remember her name? I didn't even make it yet. How could you forget?
Blinky.
Dear Lord Blinky.
Her name will be Gega.
Is it these nuts?
No, it was not these nuts.
And this is Gega.
And in fact, let's change the guy's name. Scoth was on my mind because I was about to introduce Scotty, and I don't want it to be confusing. So his name will be Randy. That's right. His name will be Randy, but with an I. So that's how you know it's
Randy?
Norse.
Randy.
The great
Yeah,
warrior
he's
Randy.
for these nuts.
Does he have the like?
No, he does not.
The Joe Dirt.
No, he does not.
Like,
It's Randy with an I. That's how you know it's Norse.
Okay. Well, this is Randy and this is Gega.
No, I have hiccups.
This is Raylith,
Hiccup these nuts?
and this is Akulu. Oh, and you already met Akulu. I'm sorry. And you already met. I actually forget his name. He introduced me. He's one of my house elves, but I kind of don't really know him that well. But he was the one that had the sword that when we arrived, he was the one not with us. I'm sure you'll meet him some other time.
you're talking about Edda?
Ada, that's his name. Yep.
Okay. And we got there. We made it.
We did make it. That's why we have the sword now.
Okay.
I mean, we have pieces of the sword. Probably shouldn't have stabbed her. By the way, I think she's made out of stone. Or super dense. Or he won't know dense. Super hard ice.
Blinky's trying to get a TPK for chat. I don't think that's within my... Well, actually, no, that is absolutely within my power. I could
Well,
do
currently we all have 1 HP, so anything can happen at this table.
There could be a strong gust of wind.
that. You'll take 1 cold damage. Like dominoes. Everyone dies.
I'm so sorry about these hiccups. I'm trying.
No, it's delightful.
Yes.
This happens like at least once a day.
So, what were you guys doing before coming to the ice place?
We were scouting in the north for potential enemies. We encountered a cave, went down the cave, found some sort of ice passage, and Randy here decided to take a step forward without my order. Slipped, we followed, and voila.
See, in our army, whenever someone resists orders, they are executed. But I guess you're just not that serious.
I very doubt that you execute your own soldiers.
Yeah, I don't think that's a thing. And then he's gonna look towards Etta. That's not a thing, is it? Is that something we do?
No, that's incredibly important for maintaining power.
My lord, do we have to have the witch around?
We do. I like her sassiness, but sometimes I can't tell if she's telling me things that aren't true, like as a jokey joke. So we don't actually kill our guys, do we? Because if we do, we gotta stop that.
No, we do not, my lord.
We
Okay.
And if you'd like, I could help you understand when she's lying.
No, that's fine, Etta.
You see, it's quite obvious. She opens her mouth and words come out.
I mean, now you're just being mean. I thought we were all friends here, Etta.
Etta.
Also, sorry that I couldn't remember your name. It's been a really stressful
We're all
couple
friends,
of days.
Mister.
It'll come to me. It'll come to me. It'll come to me.
Yeah, it's just been a really stressful couple of days with my dad dying and then finding out that I'm trying to stop the world. And then every fight I seem to get into just ends with me unconscious, apparently, which that's new to me. So, except for the fight that I got in with Hacken here. I withstood that one. Progress.
Don't say that in front of enemies of the state.
Okay, I thought we already... He's not an enemy of the state. He's not a spy.
No, not Raylath. Raylath and I are buddies. I'm talking about the giants.
We're Goliaths, miss.
Yeah, I don't care, really. He gets the idea that I meant the big people who aren't supposed to be
I
here.
mean, potato vodka. What's the difference?
Well, one's much more fun.
Duh.
The potato.
I love French fries.
All right, so, okay, now that we're getting some food into us, we'll take the rest of today off. Then we'll get on the boats, head back to Suderhofen, and then you guys can go north, back to your north. We will do our thing, which will obviously be a very well thought out plan that I don't want to reveal right now because there could be people listening that I don't want to. But there is a plan, and it's very well thought out. And then, yeah, we'll stop Endfrost, and then everyone gets to be happy. Yay! And you're not quite certain if he's saying that to himself to get it in his own brain, or if he's saying it for your own benefit.
And Hakon, he knows his people, like himself and his two scouts, need rest, but he won't admit it. So he says, well, since you humans and lizard need your rest, I guess there's no way around.
Well, I mean, if you don't need any rest, you can start swimming back to Suderhofer, and we'll meet you there. How about that?
Hakon, you've never heard the term swimming before, but for some reason it fills you with apprehension.
Yes.
I'm so proud of him.
Also, point of order. I'm not a lizard.
And then
Yes.
Geggy says, "What did the lizard say?"
Are you familiar with the old story? The better folk like to tell it of
Story time.
Jormungand. Jormungandr. Jormungandr.
Your mother, yeah.
No, not your mother. That's also a good story, but that's for another time. The world dragon. Are you familiar with that?
This is not in our culture, no.
Neither is it in theirs. It would be Thora.
Oh, okay, whatever. Thora.
Thora is the mother of dragons.
Yes. Are you familiar with Thora?
No.
Okay. Are you familiar with what the fuck a dragon is?
In parentheses, Jacob, would the Fjell Fork have encountered the dragon? Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Dragons have wings, and they're much bigger.
That's very small-minded of you. But I should have expected as much because you have small, tiny mind. I am the born of dragons, not a lizard. Call a dragon a lizard, see what happens. I encourage you to test out this theory.
So Randy
So-
stands up and as he puts his soup down, and he looks Rayleth in the eyes, and he says, "The shrillness of your voice is offensive to my ears." And he walks away.
Oh, way to go, Rayla.
This stupid oozing out of every pore of your entire Goliath body is offensive to my nose. So please continue walking.
He stops, and he turns around, and he says, "I would splatter your skull on the dirt, lizard. If I didn't want to sully my mace with your filth."
Hey, Raylath, do you need me to kill somebody?
I don't know what's going on between you two, but I could kill him.
I don't think
I'm gonna address this more towards our party. I'm still not completely familiar with the peoples of your land. Do these Goliath Fjell folk do they happen to sleep with one eye open?
You saying that in giant?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah. They
I've
sleep with one eye open.
I've not actually met a Fjell folk till now, so I don't know. I'm very curious, though. Is that something you do?
We sleep soundly. Only a coward would strike when one is sleeping.
yeah, but
Oh.
Okay. I recommend you learn how to do that real fucking fast.
Hakon! I want to kill this one.
I believe humans believe in duels.
No, I'm
If-
actually. Yeah, that's actually a good idea. I just had a duel the other day.
If our host would agree to a duel, you have my.
A 1 hit point duel.
it's called sudden death.
Yeah.
I'll say it, Northman. Yeah, duels are very common here. I am very interested to see how this plays out. And maybe at the end of the day, after it's done, we can all just have some ale and be friends again, like me and Kynan.
Oh,
It worked out
having-
between us.
Great idea.
You just can't ever remember his name, but yeah. Works great. Yeah,
I
Blinky.
meant Caven. That was PR fuck up. Not not vinegar fuck up. He would have said Caven. Or Cabian, I guess. So
My soup is getting
Yeah.
cold.
we having a duel? Duel, 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 duel. Well, and he realizes he's the only one doing that. I mean, he's just like, oh, we're not doing that anymore.
So Edda will stand up, and he'll look at Raylath, and waiting to see if Raylath agrees.
If I keep my soup from getting cold, let's get this done quick.
Then he shouts, "Make the square!" And everyone, all the Northmen that hear him are like, "Oh!" And they start coming around and forming a square arena. Yes, you can cast anything at a higher level, even if it doesn't benefit from higher levels.
It just doesn't have a benefit, bro. That's fine.
So Randy, kind of twirls his mace, and he says, "I am weary from being temporarily disposed by that god, but I will feel much better after I kill you."
Oh. Okay.
Okay. All right. I guess, roll initiative.
Oh man, I can't start with mine. Okay,
Anyone who wants to interfere can also roll initiative.
I want to interfere.
I am surprised.
But
I do not.
it's a verbal component only,
Oh.
so I'm just gonna be try and be real quiet.
I got a 19. In lieu of a token, can you just roll d20 plus your modifier?
Sure.
Oh, and Kalu, could you do the same?
Yeah.
I'm going to use my inspiration on initiative.
Okay.
So I'm just going to roll this twice. There we go.
All right. Well, the initiative, because the audience can't see, is Raylath with a 20, Randy with a 19, and Akulu with a 13. So, Raylath, you've got initiative.
I'm going to take a big breath in.
Oh, my God.
And ready in action.
Oh, ready in action. What action are you readying?
As soon as he steps within 15 feet of me.
He's already within 15 feet of you.
Oh, well then screw it. Breath weapon.
Okay. I guess he's dead.
That's why I needed the first action.
Yeah.
Let me see. Breath weapon. Yeah, if he succeeds on a DC 11 strength save, he can take half of my 2d6 magical bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
Is there any way that we could have, to prevent the death, have him go unconscious and then try and heal him?
Yeah.
You could try.
You can. You know what? Fenrir can put that in his mind for a moment, but yeah. So Raylath huffs and he puffs and he blows Randy's life over, and that's the end of the fight because everyone's only at 1 hit point. So
Yep.
Just breathes on him, and this razor sharp projectile spittle basically roars out of his mouth, washes over Randy, and Randy just falls over.
Hold, wait a moment. Hold. Anybody else hear that? It sounds like someone not calling me lizard anymore.
Hakon in Nordman's gonna say, "Huh, you are a dragon after."
And Gegi says, "That's no lizard, that's a dragon." Fenrir,
Hakon...
he's dying.
Okay, I would definitely like to try and stabilize
All right, if you like start going through your kit to pull out medical supplies, Gegi is going to rush forward to stop you.
And Hakon will also, like, simply from his sitting place that he was watching the rules, gonna say, "No, don't."
But he's like, we don't. What? I don't. And he's gonna do it anyways. Like, what the fuck you guys doing?
Yeah, Gegi's going to like physically push you away.
And while she does so, Hakon's gonna explain, he defended his honor, he died fighting. This is what he wants.
Gegi kneels down over Randy, and she grasps his forehead and like keeps one eye open, and she stares at him, and she goes, "I see you. I see you." And Randy nods and then dies.
What the fuck are you guys? What? What? You know what? I don't. You guys are crazy. And Fenrir is just gonna walk right off. Like, this is mind-boggling to him.
In character. And then he'll sit back down and finish his soup. And look over at Akulu and Draconic. Oh, thank God, I thought he was gonna murder me.
Yep, me too.
Gigi or Gigi and Hakon don't seem like too broken up that Randy is dead. Not because they didn't like him, just because they're Fjell folk. And he died in honorable combat. Even if he did die immediately, it was honorable combat. So they're cool with it.
I mean, and you think about it. What kind of a story is that going to be? He died fighting a dragon.
A small dragon.
Not always details need to be shared.
Plus,
And
the size don't matter, it's how you use it.
Kabian kind of walks up to Hakon, and Kabian says, so what do you want us to do with your comrade's body?
Apparently, it says here, Jaken, do the Fjellfork have any sort of burial ritual?
No,
Not really.
they have like an anti-burial ritual. It's like, that's just an empty shell. Who cares?
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah.
Please
So-
please don't let them remember that I said I was going to eat him. They're going to try and make me eat him, and that's
I
going to be
would've-
uncomfortable.
Yeah, I would have forgotten it, but now that you say that, Hakon is gonna smile at Kabian and he's gonna say, "It's just a dead body like any other. I think the lizardman wanted to eat him if he wants to supplement his food."
And Kabian's like, uh-huh. And he just kind of like walks away.
And Hakon, like, not at Kabian directly, but just at around, like, what do the Bjerrefolk do with their dead? What else is there?
We like to shove hand all the way up and make it the puppet.
Kabian says, we do not.
No, they don't do that. I do that. They don't do that.
Can you imagine if they'd done that to the Jarl?
In Bearfort custom, we do funeral by pyre.
Interesting. What does it provide?
It expedites someone's passing to the Hall of Hides, so they have no anchor to this world.
Interesting. We do not have such belief.
All right. He just turns to one of his guys. And he's like, I guess just take him out of the wall, and that'll be that, I guess.
Hakon is gonna like kind of smirk and says, his body is akin to a chair to us. If you want to do your funeral right, so be it. But it does nothing.
Very well, very well. Just take him out. We don't need to. We don't need to start a fire. We don't need to burn timber on something that doesn't want it.
Is Fenrir okay? I thought duels were part of the tradition here.
Well, as I can attest to, not every duel has to end in that. But you fjell folk are different. God damn it, Akulu.
I genuinely thought that. I'm
That's
sorry,
also
I'm
where I
sorry.
thought you were going to go with that. So it's not just you.
Like, turn him into a bench. Oh man, those are some big bones, though. Imagine how many like knives and things you could make with that.
Do you say that in character?
No,
Oh, okay. Because Caden were like, all right, go for it. Fuck, I don't care.
That would definitely not make it worse for your witch image at all.
No.
look, I would think that personally. Akulu is not as crafty as I am, though.
That's horrifying. All right. So what happens now?
Finish my soup and I go to bed.
Okay.
It's sleepy time.
Hakon will do his best to not make faces while eating his soup
Going to bed.
and going to bed after.
I want my sweet sorcery points back.
All right. So, in the morning, do you guys plan to head back to Suderhofen?
Yes.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think that was the plan.
Cool. All right. So the next morning, you guys all get aboard the Gunkirky, and you sail back to Suderhofen with your now 2 Goliaths.
And Fenrir is hammered. He's been essentially drinking all night. Probably passed out for a couple hours, only to get back up and continue drinking. Like, he is drunk as a skunk.
Lost in the sauce.
Mm-hmm.
All right. It's not a long journey before you arrive back at Suderhofen.
Oh dear God, I've never thought I would be so happy to see this place again.
Yeah, Caddy didn't eat people; she recycled them.
Yeah.
My bad.
I had a different character who kind of ate people. Not
My conquest paladin never ate people, but his favorite thing was desecrations. You know, that's why his favorite weapon was a war pick, specifically for desecrations.
Mine just turned into a giant dog, and that doesn't really count as cannibalism, you know?
It's a gray area, yeah.
I
if the body's a dog, whenever you eat a person.
But did you turn into the dog with the express purpose to eat someone?
Well, the express purpose was to kill people who were enemies, and it was easiest with my face. So, yes.
Man, there's a lot of like cannibalism in this chat, in this party. Like,
right, like, but I'm kind of at a loss here.
you know, fantasy role playing is for when you get to you get to play a different, something you would never do, like eat people. Sure, why not?
Apparently,
Oh yeah, no, I've heard about Blinky's character, so that tracks.
That's gonna be the slogan for this campaign. That tracks.
That tracks.
Yep.
We make it back to Suderhoffen?
Yes, you've made it back to
Yes.
Suderhoffen. It is the 16th day of the second month of autumn. 1252.
Whoa. Hold on. Get my notepad out.
Now, you guys can just access the calendar. Oh,
Don't
Yeah.
words at me.
I made a calendar for y'all.
Aww. Wait.
Oh, I haven't updated it.
16th of the 2nd, 11, 10, 12, 52.
Yeah, because it's the 10th month of the year.
Also, question: if there are 5 days in a week and
Yep.
5 weeks in a month,
Yep.
those are 26 days in a month.
Yep.
Oh, haha! I read further.
There
Haha.
you go. You got there.
Okay. Akulu, you still have the little crystal?
Oops.
Yeah.
Can
Thank
Fenrir seem a little not in a good place right now. Can I hold on to that for him?
You know what? I believe you that Fenrir seems to be having a hard time. So I'll just continue to hold on to it so he knows where it is.
I'm going to be
Very kind of you.
I'm going to be completely straight with you. I need to borrow the crystal.
For what?
Sex things.
No, it's a JO crystal.
I need to be completely honest with you. I need to borrow the crystal for what? I need to be completely dishonest with you.
No, I am I have some friends who know some not so good peoples from all over the place. And I have them looking for someone who might want to buy the crystal. Now, I am not going to sell the crystal. I'm just trying to find out who else out there know what it is and why they want it. So we know. I mean, at this point, we know what it's for.
Well, Rayla, then you're just a fool. You don't actually need the crystal to sell it.
No, I understand that. It's if I say, "Oh, I have crystal here to sell you. What do you want? What do you give me for it?" And they're like, "Let me see crystal." I'm like, "Oh shit, I don't have crystal."
Well, no, you could have any crystal. Have they
The-
seen this particular crystal? There were a bunch
That's
of
that.
them,
Oh,
and they glow.
oh. You know what is good? I have entire bag of. Thank you, witch.
And if you happened to use a little bit of something magical to make it seem like they were glowing, a harmless sensory effect, as it were,
Yeah, no, this
then
will
it would-
work.
yeah, perfect
This'll
deception.
this'll work good. Thank you. See, this is why you and I get along so good. We think same.
Yeah,
I appreciate you.
we sure do. Such good friends. There can be absolute trust there.
Absolutely. We would never do anything to betray each other. Never ever.
Never. We're like the main cast of Mean Girls.
Oh shit, which ones are we? Like,
I'm the one who can sometimes predict the weather.
I've never seen this movie.
what? On Wednesdays we wear pink.
I hate moon days.
I am not ashamed that I know this movie at all. It's a spectacular movie.
It's a great
It
movie.
is. I mean, one of the best quotes of it is the ESPN thing. That is so good.
I have a fifth sense.
My favorite part is anytime they talk about homeschooling.
Wait, hang on. Fifth sense?
Yes.
Oh, he did.
Doesn't anyone not impaired have a fifth sense?
Yep.
No, she's got a fifth sense. It's ESPN.
Yep.
She was so close. She was so close. She didn't need the end. She almost had it.
Oh,
It's
anyway.
also not a fifth sense.
Yeah, so basically what I'm getting at is at some point I would like to make contact and see if my fixer has found any interested buyers.
Oh, for the crystal.
Yeah.
Okay.
I realize it's only been a couple of days, but
All right. So once again, you meet him in an alley where both of you are obscured by shadow. And he's like, Raylath, you never told me you were such good friends with the big guy. Going out on boat trips with him?
he's worried that while he's away from home, he might accidentally rip his shirt.
I understand. So, about that crystal.
Da.
Believe it or not, I found an interested party.
I believe. Where you set up the meet, da?
They'd rather work through me.
Now you know by now this is not how I do business.
I thought you would want to maintain your anonymity. These people are new in town, and I wouldn't want to cause problems for either party. You know
Okay,
me, they know me. We can exchange hands.
Okay, who is it?
Well, I don't like to get specifics. There's a man named Thalfty. He's an affluent merchant, recently moved to Suderhofen. Apparently he made his wealth in the game lands, which makes him probably somewhere in our little community, if you know what I mean.
Da.
He's got the capital, and he's interested in your crystal.
How much?
Well, obviously there's room to barter, but he wanted you to know that his opening bid would be 100 gold.
So this come directly from Modiswand. Was not easy to acquire.
Neither's 100 gold.
Easier than the crystal. In fact, I would say half as difficult.
Well, if you've got a counter proposal, I'll bring it to them and we can meet here again tomorrow.
I would say is about half as difficult to get 100 gold than it is to get crystal.
I understand. Listen, this is the second time we've met here. We need to change locations. You know, Ragnahild would probably want a piece of this. You want to meet again tomorrow in the Iron Hall?
Up my counter another up at the 220 and tell her she can have the 20.
All right. We'll just keep that between the three of us.
Da.
This Thalfty doesn't need to know about the extra 20. All right, that sounds like a plan. Meet you there 1 hour from now at Iron Hall tomorrow.
Sounds good.
Okay, don't bring any baggage.
Understood.
And be prepared to tip your waiter.
Noted.
If he doesn't bring baggage, how will he carry the crystal?
I have an idea if he's brave enough.
All right, and that concludes that little scene.
Yeah.
And we're just gonna keep on going.
Just super briefly, spell that name for me, please.
What
was it? Thalfty?
Thalfty. So I'll type it.
Body?
Okay. Thank you. I'm gonna have to ask around about that name a little bit, but
Okay.
I can wait on that.
What are the rest of you doing?
I'm
Well-
going.
Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say that I'm going to go in search of more components for my herbalism kit. Wink. Out loud.
Okay.
I think that I need to either purchase goods from an herbalist to restock, or I need to go out in the wilderness and
Right, yeah.
find them.
Well, things for your herbalist kit probably aren't available on the street.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, question for you. You're free to fill in the blanks here. What kind of connections does Kulu have in this city?
I think Akulu's presence in the past few cities she's been to, so including this one, has been like set herself up as kind of like a faux medicine woman. As we all know, totally incapable of actually healing anybody.
Sure.
We're all on the same page. Can't do that. But is very good at lying about what's wrong with people.
And you can get the oil off your snake.
Yeah, exactly. So, snake oil saleswoman. I think she would know various people who sold the like healing components, like, and then would just kind of have a deal with them, like, I'm sending you customers. You need to go buy these ingredients. Get better.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So you could probably find someone who sells herbalist supplies.
Cool. That would be great. I don't know how much money I actually have. I'm guessing it's not.
While she looks that up, what about the other two of you?
Well, I'm gonna go next with Dragon Boy gone onto an adventure, and with Witch Girl gone on another adventure, and the only person who could be a connection to anyone in this city, drunk and out of his mind, unless he does anything regarding Hakon. Hakon and I forgot her name.
Gaggy.
Geggy. Sorry, I didn't want to mispronounce it. I meant to start with Geggy. Well, gay, but I know the rest. Anyway, we're gonna feel largely out of place, and being scouts, our natural interest is to just figure out what the hell, like where the hell we are. So I guess we're just gonna kind of roam the streets, stick into the main ones, like large ones where there's lots of space, and like just observe.
Okay. And you're gonna have a little detail with you, a pair of huskarls that travel with you. You know.
Yeah, we understand.
And Gaggy at some point will say, "Only two? I'm insulted."
I think it's for their safety, not ours.
If you say so. All right, and Fenrir, what are you doing aside being, sloshed? What are you doing while being sloshed?
He's gonna spend a lot of the day building up the courage to eventually go and find his sister.
Okay.
That explains the drinking.
I would be drinking a lot if I had to talk to his sister too. Terrified of women.
But yeah, I'd figure a couple hours after being back, he's going to go and find her.
All right. You ask around, slurring your speech and whatnot, and your Huskarls eventually will point you to. Ooh, I forgot her name. Let me look it up real quick. Geardis. Basically the family protector. And when you find Geardis, she says, "Oh yes. Yeah, last evening, one of the hunters came back and said he found something unusual in the woods, something he killed. This morning, at first light, your sister and a Huskarl went out to investigate. I can take you to them. I know where they are."
Yeah, if we could do that, I'd be good. That's what I want to do, right? It's good.
My lord, you sure you don't want to maybe lie down, have some water, and maybe
No, if I do that, so we're good. It's good. And he just kind of like trails off into nonsense.
as you command.
I'm not commanding. I'm just asking. Why does it have to be commands with everyone? I just want to be friends.
Well, if we're speaking as friends, I think you should lie down.
Hold on, just gonna roll something real quick. Cause indecision. Cool. No, we're good. This is good. We're feeling good. I'm feeling great. How are you feeling? You feeling good?
Concerned.
Oh, maybe you gotta get some meat. Oh, sister, though. Oh, it's not gonna be easy. And he's gonna like put his arm around Geiger like in a friendly way, like, "Hey, let's go." And then he's just leaning and be like, "She kind of scares me sometimes, just me."
Geardis just nods. She's like, she should. Let's go, my lord.
Sweet.
All right. Kulu, have you done your books? You know how much cash on hand you have?
I have 5 gold pieces.
That's not a lot.
Not a lot. But I was just going to message you because there is a serpent poison injury toxin or a venom. It's too strong. It's stronger than what I would be able to create. But I was gonna ask if we could develop a weaker version of whatever it is, because it has a pretty low save, but instead of doing like half damage, it just doesn't do any damage if you save, and it doesn't do as much damage.
Okay.
Because rules as written, serpent venom is like only acquired from giant poisonous snakes or venomous snakes. Technically.
Right. I suppose, yeah, I mean, yeah, obviously we can make some.
We can work out the details.
Yeah, we can make some viper venom that's from a more conservatively lengthed snake.
Yeah.
I assume you're in the DMG.
Yeah, I can grab my DMG. I was looking
I don't know what you're referencing right now, and I'm
on the internet.
That pesky internet.
Yeah, but I can send you a link.
Well, it just does this have a price in there for reference? I mean, I can just get my DMG. I just don't want to flip.
The price is 200 GP for the like full on serpent venom.
Yeah, poison's expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah, so for something more available would definitely be cheaper, but probably out of your price range, regardless.
Yeah.
For 5 gold, you might be able to get like a single dose of Viper Venom.
Yeah. We can tuck that in the back pocket.
Okay.
I'm okay with being broke.
Okay.
Wonderful.
Gotta get, grease it up with the olive oil.
I approve.
All right. Well, I think the only thing left to do today, this game day, would be following up on Fenrir. Okay, so Fenrir, Geardus leads you stumbling slowly into the woods outside of the city. And eventually you come upon an area of like where it's much denser. The forest around Südhofen is a light wood. The trees aren't like really tangled together. There's no like thick canopy. It's just like, there's enough trees to call it a forest, but they've got plenty of space between them. They're probably not very big trees. But eventually you get to an area that is very overgrown with brush and fallen trees and whatnot. And you kind of navigate this serpentine path that isn't covered in like bramble and thorns, and eventually you come upon an area that's kind of opens up, and you see 3 individuals. One of them looks like a hunter, one of them looks like one of your Huskarls, and then of course the third one is your sister,
Ylva.
Ylva, yeah.
Ylva.
And they are standing over a white-furred wolf the size of a pony. And this wolf has an arrow sticking out of one of its eyes, and it is obviously dead. And it actually, at this point, you kind of smelt it before you saw them. In fact, because it is starting to decompose. And Ylva turns to you as you approach, and she's like, "Oh, you're back."
Yep, I'm back. That's a big wolf.
Yes.
Quick question out of character. Does it seem to be like decomposing rapidly?
No, not in any.
Okay.
But he
It's
killed
been dead
it
for a while.
He killed it last evening, and this is
Okay, yeah.
This is close to midday.
So it's a pretty big wolf that we don't normally see. So that's not good, right? That can't be good.
She looks over at the hunter, and the hunter has this kind of like his face is like as white as a sheet the whole time. He's like holding his bow, which is already strung, and he's just kind of looking. And she says, "Tell your Jarl what you told me." And he looks up at you and he says, "My lord," and he takes off his hat. This wolf. I was hunting a stag. I had followed it all afternoon and into the evening. And just as I brought my sights down upon it, this wolf killed it. Came out of nowhere. When it saw me, it threw the deer aside like it was a child throwing a wooden toy. And then it looked at me, and I had my bow and arrow notched and ready to kill the deer. When it looked at me, it spoke. And I let go. I released the arrow, and by the grace of Bjorn himself, I slew it with a single shot.
What did it say to you?
It told me that I was about to have a bad day.
But obviously, you have a good day, so that's good. Um,
Perhaps, but its words feel like a curse upon my soul. I have not slept since I killed it.
listen, let me tell you, the last couple of days have been pretty crazy. I kind of pissed
Alva
off a
straightens
god,
up
I
and
think,
says, Fenrir, are you drunk?
a little, but that's all right.
She kind of looks at Geertis, and Geertis says, My Jarl commanded we come and see you. And she's
Listen,
like, all of you away. Everyone go. Geertis, go. And the hunter like nods, and the two Huskarls look at each other, and then yeah, they kind of just walk back down the serpentine path until they're out of earshot. And she crosses her arms and she's like, "Did you find the sword?"
I did actually. Found the sword
So
and broke
is this a
this.
celebratory drinking?
No, I wish it was. I really do. I found a sword and then I broke the sword.
You broke it?
Yeah, was not planning on it. It's not like I was just like, ah, sword, breaky. No, I, I, I met. Uh, we got put into some ice place, and then we met Isomir, and he was not happy to see us there. But he gave.
What do you mean you
So,
met Isramir?
well, we were in an ice place, following the footsteps of our father, and then some fair folk attacked us, and then Isomir appeared, struck one of them down, and then we talked, and he didn't like that I was there, but gave me back the sword, and then killed us all, but not really, because we're obviously not dead. And then I met Queen Skathy, and she wanted me to marry her, and I said, well, okay, maybe, yeah. And then she's like, but first you gotta kill your sister. I was just like, no, I don't want to do that. So I stabbed her with the sword, our father's sword, and it broke, and she did not like that, and she said that she is the end of the winter, or the winter of ends, and she's coming to kill everyone. And I could have saved everyone. All I had to do was kill you, but I couldn't, even though you were never nice to me. You always beat me up. I still picked everyone over, or you over everyone. And it's been really not fun since then.
Okay, I don't know what that was, but obviously you need to sober up. Come on, let's get back to the castle.
No, no, I don't need to sober.
Well, you're talking
You
about
need to be.
talking to demigods, and apparently the Ice Queen wanted to marry you.
Yep. So that she wanted to marry me because she wanted me to open up the gates, and she's afraid of you. She knows that you're strong,
Well,
and
that's
she wanted me.
flattering.
I thought so too. And then she wanted me to kill you because of how strong you are, and I couldn't do it because we're family, and or other than our younger brothers and sister. I hope I have that right. It is two brothers and a
One brother and
sister.
one
Yeah,
sister.
one brother, one sister. Other than our brother and sister, we're the only real family we got to depend on, and we are the last of our name until they get older. And I just nope, couldn't do it. So I stabbed her, and it broke the sword. And then we woke up with the Pharaoh folk in the cave that we went to this place from. And she is not happy with me. So she's probably going to be mad. And now there's a giant wolf like Snow. So that's probably not connected, right? No, that can't be connected. You can kind of tell he's trying to be like sarcastic, but he's failing because he's drunk. So just want to know that I picked you over everyone living. Just know that.
So you say you brought home Fjellfolk?
Yep.
You found Fjellfolk on Ogre Rock?
No, not on Ogre Rock, in the ice place where I met Esomar.
Okay, take me to the field folk. Maybe they're sober.
Probably. They didn't have to deal with this. They didn't
And
have to
she kind of
choose.
walks past you and goes, Geardis! She shouts it, and eventually Geardis kind of rounds a corner and she's like, take this beast back to the castle.
I am not a beast.
Not you.
Okay then. I thought you were being mean again. All right. And he's gonna perk up at that. Like,
Come on, let's go find this field folk.
his name is Hacken. He's pretty. He's kind of a dick. I'm not gonna lie. I tried to not fight him, and then he's just like, "Oh, I'm gonna fight you." And then Isomir appeared and was just like, "No, you die." It was crazy. But okay, let's go meet him.
Yeah, let's go meet him. So, a short walk later, and a little bit of investigation, they basically track down the field folk who are wandering the main streets of Suderhoffen.
Where's the giants?
Yeah. And so you're approached by Jarl Fenrir and a woman who looks a lot like him. Blonde haired, strongly built. And she says, my brother, the Lord Jarl, said you guys had a very interesting experience, and I did not believe it until I beheld you with my own eyes.
In which sense was
What?
the bewildered experience?
Well, there's never been a Fjellfolk this far south. Ever?
We did not intend to be this far south.
He says you saw Izormir?
That's what he called himself, yes.
Oh. Where's Ingvar?
Who's Ingvar?
Oh, you don't know. Oh, this is awkward. So that Ogre Rock place there with the caves where we went to the ice place, there are these bug things. And apparently they ate Ingvar or killed him. We obviously didn't eat him because we burned his body. So yeah, Ingvar is dead.
He's in the
And then
hall,
he's gonna
right?
start to cry. Like straight on ball.
Okay, she grabs him and then motions for the Huskarl. Is like, we're going back to the castle right now. You, put your cloak over him. Come on. And you, giant things, you're coming with us.
Akon follows, not through the order, just because like he's done. So yeah, that just
All right. Yeah. So you guys all you rush back to Modusbahn, and once you guys are in the Modusbahn hall, she says, "Brother, the Jarl of Suderhoffen cannot be crying in the streets. I don't care how drunk you are."
a warrior should not be crying at all.
No.
Well,
Yeah.
look,
I'm with the half giant.
look around. Things shouldn't be the way that they are, but yet they are. I shouldn't be Jarl, and yet I'm Jarl. Our father shouldn't be dead, but he's dead. Ingvar shouldn't be dead. He's dead too. And now the Endfrost is coming, and I made it mad at me. So whoop-de-fucking-do.
This this is deeply embarrassing.
Go. Oh, you should try living this life for, I don't know, a fucking day. You want to be Jarl?
Yes.
Yeah.
Too bad.
Well, get the other people to support you, and I will gladly give it to you. But they won't. And it's sad that they won't, because of the reasons that they won't. I think you should be it too. I think you're better for it than me, but because of our society and our laws, you can't. So it has to fall on me. And now I have a god or demigod. I'm not sure what it is. Could be a giant bird or a blizzard mad at me, coming to kill me and everybody. And you think, oh, it's so easy being the Jarl. Oh, no cares. Yeah. You don't know what it's like.
Human politics are complicated.
Fjellfolk, what was your name?
I'm Hakon.
Hakon and your woman here. Geardus will find you rooms in the castle. You can leave now. This is a family matter.
Hakon will just nod and walk away because everything that he wants to say would be an insult, and he doesn't want to insult in the middle of a human.
As you guys are walking away, Gigi will say, "If human men are this weak, conquering this land will be easy."
You haven't done it so far.
And Hakon is gonna say, like, he's simply gonna nod and then like make it like hush, like just.
Okay. So, once you're alone with Alva, she'll just glare at you. And she says, Fenrir, you're the Jarl now. You've been a Jarl for 4 days.
Has it only been 4 days? Wow.
I don't know. I've lost track. 4 or 5.
Jesus, that's a lot of Jarl
She's
days.
also got intelligence of 7.
We've got giant talking wolves hanging out in our woods. We've got Fjellfolk guests who came from the land of Isromer. And apparently, a woman who is also a bird and a blizzard wants to kill us because you wouldn't kill me.
She wanted to kill everyone regardless, but she said she would this kingdom, or would it be kingdom? The Jarldom?
Jarldom.
Yeah, this Jarldom, if I just killed you and opened up the gates to her. So I could have saved everyone in here but you.
I have a question. Would you have opened up
Okay.
the gates if you didn't have to kill me?
If it meant protecting everyone else, yeah.
She backhand slaps you.
Initiative.
He's just gonna take it, and I mean, it's obviously gonna like rock him because he's already like tipsy. Yeah. Yep, you're right. I shouldn't have thought of that. I mean, it was
Jarl a
way
week.
better to just.
Jarl a week. And you want to surrender to the first enemy that threatens you.
The first god enemy that's already killed me and then brought me back to life. Yep.
We are Barrowfolk.
Is that
We are
it?
protected
Surrender?
by Bjorn.
Where the fuck was he?
Well, you're alive.
Not because of him.
That you know of.
Oh no, they made it. Have you been hit by a big bolt of lightning before?
No, I didn't go on some crazy adventure into the land of Isromer.
We didn't go into the land of Icemer. We went to Ogre Rock, and then got transported to somewhere that was icy, and Isomir was there, or someone saying he's Isomir. I don't know where that was. All I know is I watched him kill that big man that just left here with ease. One single like pew, black bolt, dead, and now he's alive. So did Bjorn save him?
Bjorn
I
won't
also
save
found
a
out that my
field folk. Listen, I don't know what
Then-
happened. But we're not... Brother, tell me you are not this weak. Just say the words that you can defend Suterhoffen.
I can try. To protect it, not to say the words. Obviously, I can say the words, but I mean, I can try to protect it,
Neither
but
one
I
of us
can't guarantee.
wanted to be Jarl. It was always supposed to be our brothers. Our brother was supposed to take over after our father died. Neither of us should be in this position. But it fell to you. You need to man up.
I am doing my best.
Do
I have been near
better.
death more times in the last few days than you have been in your entire life.
Well, at least you've got something going for you.
I have never wanted this. It was never supposed to be mine. And you can't tell me that you didn't want it.
I never did. I never did say I didn't want it because I do want it. But that's not what happened. You're Jarl, and the only way I can be Jarl is to kill you. And just like you don't want to kill me, I don't want to kill you. So you need to be a better man. You need to be stronger. You need to be wiser. You need to be braver. You need to do it tomorrow.
Are they attacking tomorrow?
Maybe. You said a god is coming.
Yep. Certainly did. And then we find a wolf the same day. Big wolf, white like snow. And she's a blizzard. So she's here already. And I'm just having one day where I don't have to worry about it. Just one day. That's all I ask. One day.
All right.
I wanted to get like this because I didn't think I could talk to you if I wasn't like this.
Well, as embarrassing as that is, next time you get drunk, stay in Modus Bond.
Yeah.
Do we have an
Yeah.
understanding?
Yeah, we have an understanding.
And then she kind of leans forward and puts a hand on your shoulder, and she says, "Glad you didn't want to kill me."
For a couple seconds I thought it would serve her right, but that's not what family does. Family sticks together.
You're right. And so, if this Endfrost or the Snow Queen or very large wolves comes, I will be at your side.
I mean, that's good because you can beat her because she's afraid of you. So,
Well, I won't let that get to my head. Now, go lie down.
I thought demons made out of mud and sand. Do you know how crazy that is?
She just pats you on the shoulder like, okay, I'm gonna go see what I can find out about this big wolf thing.
At least we have a new rug.
At least. We'll have to compensate the hunter.
He can have part of it. He can have it. You know what? His kill. He should have it. Although I think he thinks he's cursed.
Yeah,
So...
I would make a display of its head and give it to him, but I think that would give him nightmares, poor kid.
Being cursed isn't bad. Look at me. I'm having a great time. And he's gonna fall over and pass out.
Servants, take the Jarl to his bedchambers. Alright. What about the rest? Is there anything else that the rest of you want to do on this day?
That would be pertinent. No, not for me.
Okay.
Yeah, no. Oh, wait, yes, actually, one brief thing.
Okay.
I would like to ask around at the usual haunts to get as much information as I can about this Thalfty douchebag.
Make a persuasion roll.
I can do that. I can do that really well, actually.
You just jinxed yourself.
Oh, wait, no, persuasion isn't expertise. Okay, so it's gonna suck now.
That's how it works.
24, that's horrible.
What trash.
I quit.
This is what happens when Caddy isn't involved in this scene. See, she dishes
What?
in the chat. All right, you learn, you don't learn like any deep dark secrets because he hasn't been around very long. You
Mhm.
know that he is a herser from the Game Lands, and he has arrived as a merchant of trading in furs, which is what you do in the Game Lands.
Mhm.
And he has bought up a large house, and he has made it obvious that he wants to move into Suderhofen. And since he was a herser before, moving lands, and then basically making the transition he's doing without going through the Jarl means he doesn't plan on reclaiming his title. He just wants to become a typical Carl, a free man. And that's in itself is very odd because most people don't want to just cast off their titles. He does have a
Right.
small retinue of Huskarls with him, 10.
Okay.
And they all seem rarely rough around the edges. But most people who live in the Game Lands are. They're considered more unruly than most Northmen, which is, saying something. However, he carries himself like a foreign dignitary. He's got this very aristocratic demeanor. And he's not very high up on the food chain as nobility goes.
Okay.
But he seems incredibly wealthy. And that's about the sum of it, really.
Okay. That's what I wanted.
Okay.
So Rayleth is now done for the evening as well.
Okay. There was a stopping point I had in mind. But since we need to do Rayleth's exchange, I think that scene might be longer than 10 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and instead of going over, we'll go under. And then we're going to go ahead and call that a session. Thank you guys for joining us. Let's do some shout outs. I don't think we've had Fisto go first. Fisto, you want to do a shout out?
I did it last time, but yeah, no, I can do it.
You went first last time?
Sorry that
Alright.
there's.
You're going last again. I mean, you're going first again.
Yeah, whatever. Sorry that there's no video this week, guys. I think the computer I use is currently dying. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. So I hope you have enjoyed this. If so, you can check me out on the Twitter at FistoRoboto. It should be down in the doobly-doo or the card thing. I post about D&D, especially with posting pictures and stuff for my in-person game, and I also use it to troll my players for my in-person game because I like to do that. You can also check me out on Instagram, where I'm at PR the Airsoft Guy, which is my other love other than D&D and RPGs, is pretending I'm a cool-ass operator and shooting people, as one does. And that's time that I am never here. That's the reason I am not here, is because I'm doing that. And yeah, just check me out. And I got some exciting news coming in the next couple of weeks, so I don't want to spoil anything, but that's where you'll find out.
Awesome. All right, Vegas.
Thank you guys. Always a blast playing with this particular group, and for this particular audience, you guys are super fun. As PR was saying, you can see down in the doodly doo, I think is the technical
Doobly-doo.
Doobly-doo, down in the doobly-doo. Or actually, hold on. It's that way in comparison to where my camera is right now. Over in the doobly-doo. You can follow me on Twitter at TheDMDaddyYT. That's YT for YouTube. The YouTube channel actually is probably going to be launching within the next week or so. I am going to be doing videos on how to introduce new players to Dungeons and Dragons. I'll have some tips for new DMs, experienced DMs, as I said, new players, with a focus kind of on bringing up our next generation of tabletop nerds. I've got 3 daughters myself that 7, 9, and 14, and we're playing a home game right now, and they're learning D&D. So I got a lot of experience from that. So I'm sharing my my tips and tricks both on YouTube and on Twitter, and then also www.dmdaddy.com. That'll be launching shortly thereafter, where it'll have all sorts of combined stuff where you can get resources if you are interested in bringing new players into the game.
All right, Daddy, you're muted.
My dog was barking. Yes. Hello. You can follow me on Twitter for all sorts of nonsense. I've been keeping a list of all of the books I've been reading this summer, which so far has been extensive, and I'm running out of material. So recommend things on there. And then you can also follow me at my new Instagram, caddy_wampus_art. I'm creating a portfolio, and I've done a few tattoo designs for people, and I'm doing fun, weird stuff with black work and ink, and I want to do more. So if you have ideas or things you want me to try while I'm like taking this design journey, you can comment on there and keep up with my art stuff that way. Don't forget to follow the Die Roll Twitter. I do most of the running of that thing, but it's usually pretty goofy, and it's a good way to keep up to date anytime we have a sudden cancellation, or if we're going to be having a guest player, things like that. It's all going to be there. So try to be involved with us throughout the week if you're missing the cast of Dire Roll before Sunday. Then you can chat with us there. Yeah, that's it.
All right, everybody.
You guy?
Well, I mean, it's not useful. I can do a quick thing, but first thing for the spectator. What?
I didn't make a thing for you.
No, you don't have to. As I was gonna say, I just wanted to thank the viewers for watching us. And the reason why I don't have a thing is because, yes, I do have a Twitter, but I don't use it. So, I mean, if you follow me, it's gonna be pretty boring. I think the last thing I have is like 2013 for a raffle of some sort, so...
Yeah,
But follow the other 3. They're really fun, and the GM as well, but especially the other 3 players, they're really...
Well, everybody,
Shade.
and also Dire Roll, but everyone else also. No, it's all good. Thank you. All right, thanks everybody. Good night. We will be back next week. Fenrir Fisto will not be here, right?
Correct.
So we'll probably have a guest, but we will be playing. So we'll see you next week. I hope you have a good one. I hope you had fun tonight, and good night.